And welcome to Recap. No time check, Nor? Anyway, welcome to Recap UFC Vegas 58 discussion with Ranj and Manny from MMA Fight Club. We're going to discuss the entire card for UFC Vegas 58. It's fight night, some number. I don't know what number it is. What fight night is it? It's like,
isn't it almost 200? Yeah.
Yeah, right. 200. I don't even know. But we're going to go through and go through every fight and share the screen and kind of watch the face-offs as we do it. I did skim through the face-offs. Only took a few minutes. Fight nights are real quick. They don't have the official weigh-in, ceremonial weigh-in face-offs for fight nights. They only do that for pay-per-views. Did you notice that? But they do still have a face-off where the fighters look at each other but it was pretty no really animosity or anything, except for Cody Brundage. He was there's a little bit of that's a little interesting. That was my favorite one of all the face-offs. We'll get to that. But how do you feel about this card, man?
I mean, well, from a gambling standpoint, I'm still butthurt from last week, so not great.
How did you do last week?
Well, PFL, I left, I came out of Friday 2.5 units up. Nothing big, just 2.5 units up. And then by the time UFC was done with me, I was negative for the weekend. So it was like negative, half a unit or something like that. It wasn't a huge loss. But nonetheless, I missed some obvious spots. You know what I didn't do, by the way? This is like really I have to admit this is embarrassing. I did not bet on Stinkalenko to take the submission. Why did I take that prop?
Man, I thought about it. I even said it last week. I said, you know what? She's game for an armbar, but I thought, who'd have thought? I thought Jess would have been able to see that coming and keep it on the feet. Whatever.
Yeah, so I just
it happens. It's women's MMA is such an anomaly. It's so hard to predict the right side because it just could go either way. Realistically, could go either way. Any fight in women's MMA, but. I do have a couple leans here. How many women fights we have? We only got 2. We got 2 coming up for tomorrow, and I have a lean both ways in both fights. We'll get to that. So might as well get right into this card.
Let's do it.
The first fight is I'm going by the order I printed out a couple days ago. I don't know if Tapology likes to change it around last minute, but I think that curtain jerker is still Ronnie Lawrence and Saeed Yokub Kakhramonov. Am I correct?
Yes.
I believe so. And I'm going to boot up the...
Do it.
You want to introduce it?
No, go ahead, man. Kick it off. Yeah, no, you're in a roll here.
All right, Manny. All right, Ronnie Lawrence, the Heat. Ronnie Lawrence, phenomenal wrestler, comes in with a record of 8-1. His one loss was back a while ago to Steve Garcia, UFC fighter that didn't. I think Steve Garcia just got beat a couple weeks back, week before last, I think. But anyway, that happened in Bellator times. Aside from that, his last 5, he's been on a tear with wins over such people as Mana Martinez. That's a good win. Vince Cachero, that was UFC debut. Before that, he was in. He had the Contender Series against Jose Johnson. Before that, he was in LFA, where he beat Garrett Armfield. Short. Yeah, he's on this card. Yes. He was the replacement for Ostalingo against what's his name? Against the killer there, Onama. We'll get into that a little bit later. And before that, he was in HR MMA, which stands for Hard Rock MMA. That's a Kentucky regional scene where he beat this guy, Michael Ricketts. Not a big name there, but still, Ronnie Lawrence on a 5-fight win streak. He'll have a 1.5-inch reach advantage over Saeed Yokub Kakhramonov. Ronnie Lawrence trains out of Sanford, which is only going to improve his wrestling game, where Saeed Yokub Kakhramonov trains with Terrence McKinney, who Manny interviewed a while back. Pretty good.
And I do have some
that interview out.
I have some insight.
And they're out of Spokane, Washington, Warrior Camp. Saeed Yokub, and that's definitely been shown on his Instagram as well. He's a Uzbekistani He's coming off 3 back-to-back wins himself. Trevin Jones, that was his UFC debut. He got him with a guillotine round 3. Before that, he beat Tyson Lin in Cage Fury FC, CFFC. Prior to that, Askar. He's now what Askar I think is maybe like a Bellator guy, maybe, or a PFL. I know
Yes, maybe you're
one
right.
of those promotions.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyway, he beat Askar in 39 seconds with a punch in round 1. Boo! That's a good thing. And his one loss in his last 5 came to the hands of Pipe Vargas by flying knee. Pipe Vargas, I also think, is a Bellator fighter now. Or maybe PFL, I don't know. LFA, one of those. So anyway, Kakhramonov, not bad. 9-2 is his professional record. He is a slight underdog. Last I checked against Ronnie Lawrence, but this was earlier in the week, so the lines could have changed. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna side personally with the side of Ronnie Lawrence, and I'm gonna actually pull this up as Manny gives his opinions on who he thinks going to win this.
Well, if you're listening, listen very carefully. My inside sources tell me, and I'm talking about inside sources, that this kid, Said Kakhramonov, is making significant improvements. He's a good grappler, a good wrestler, but from what Terrence told me the other day, he was very specific that to expect a very, very high motor, 3 full rounds, an improved version. He's only 26. He's only 26. He's very young. Now, Lawrence is only 30, so I'm not suggesting that Lawrence is an old man. But I saw it as a pick 'em when I broke down the fight. But once I got this information, it suggests to me that he's turning another corner. It's a good price. They're both evenly matched. I think he simply is going to be the stronger, more powerful fighter, will more or less wear out Ronnie Lawrence and get a decision win here, if not get a submission at some point late in round 2, round 3. That's my pick.
He does look like the bigger guy here. That he's the one on the right, on our right, if you're looking at this right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does look like the more formidable. What weight is this? Bantamweight. Yeah, see how he's just thicker. His muscle tone, his shoulders, his chest.
And if you watch him on Fight Night, he tends to be even more swollen. Obviously, they gained some weight overnight. He is going to be the thicker guy. Now, not that Ronnie Lawrence is not in good shape, but he is going to be the thicker looking guy, I believe.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I just have to side with the slight favorite. I think Ronnie Lawrence's wrestling is. I mean, Kakhramonov, he's got the V at the end of his name. He's got to be a decent wrestler, but this is a tough one to call. It's a tough one to call here.
It's very close. Very close. I think this kid, though, is going to be, if anything, I don't think he's going to dominate.
Yeah, but you're biased. You talk to his training partner.
No. But what I mean is, I don't even think that, even with that bias, I don't believe he's going to dominate Ronnie Lawrence, because Ronnie Lawrence is very good.
Sorry.
I like Kakhramonov. Yeah. So, Saeed.
Okay, MPTV saying Saeed Yokub is more well-rounded. Ronnie Lawrence fought on the regional scene in Tennessee. He sure did. But Kakhramonov, he fought on a regional scene in like Indiana against Askar. That happened in Indiana. So it's apples and oranges. Who cares? Tennessee, Indiana, doesn't really matter which when it comes to that level. And before that Pipe Vargas loss, that was in Michigan. So
look at that.
Gerald Lynch said now Ronnie is a minus 118.
Yeah. Now
Saeed is 102.
I was going to mention that because if you recall, when the lines came out, he was, I think Kakhramonov opened around like plus 160, plus 170. That's where he was at.
Really?
He's moved. Yeah, he moved all the way down to like pick 'em money now.
I think he's getting a little bit of extra edge because of his name. It's a Uzbekistani name. And that's the this is a new hip thing to have a V at the end of your name. You get a little tax, little upgrade. But yeah, exact same thing. Real news. I've been back and forth on it as well. I have an argument for both sides, but I'm going to stick with my gut, and I'm going to go with the decision for Ronnie Lawrence. I will show you the Capra comparison pick was a tie. Actually, I don't know if you can see that, but Johnny K, Greedo, and Cell from half of Dev the Dude's partner there all picked Ronnie Lawrence, where Dev, James Lynch, and AJ DeVito picked Saeed Yokub Kakhramonov. So it was, I couldn't even lean on my cappers. I usually go with whatever the majority of the cappers are going to take, and that I had to just make a decision for myself. But I'm going Ronnie Lawrence, and I don't hate anybody taking Saeed Yokub. I think it's really still a coin flip. Just flip the coin. So it really is. It could go either way, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to stay away on a betting point, but I do have Ronnie Lawrence in a small 3-leg parlay. Okay, let's recap. Dirty Reg. Still, and the live in the Tapology comments about nobody giving him props for winning 2 weeks ago. Good job, Dirty Reg. Good job for winning 2 weeks ago. I see you there. I see your comments. Will the small cage come in play? I don't know. I think if it does, Ronnie Lawrence is going to wrestle. You know that. I think standing up, I think Kakhramonov might even have a little edge, but it's too close to call on stand up because Ronnie Lawrence can strike as well. Who did you say Dev picked? Dev picked Cock. Dev picked Kakhramonov. But his buddy Cell, the South African guy, Cell the Red, he went with Ronnie Lawrence. So they are split on that, which is interesting because usually they don't differ. Usually they talk each other into taking one side or the other. So, but that's that. Let's move up the card. Next we have, speaking of African, we've got I do like Cock standing up. I don't like him on the ground though. I don't like him on the ground. I'll take Ronnie Lawrence on the ground. But we're moving up, talking about Africans. We got the African Savage, Kennedy Izinchukwu, taking on Carl Roberson. Izinchukwu is a slight bigger favorite, I think. I don't have my
I think he's pick 'em now.
Oh, is it a pick 'em? It should be as well, because this is another. This card is so difficult. So many tricky fights to determine here. But Kennedy Izinchukwu is the way bigger dude. I'm going to show you on the face-offs. But the African Savage, he's coming off a split decision loss to Nick Negumereanu. Before that, he got a standing elbows. He got owned by Jaun Dung. Jaun Dung just like, what are you doing in UFC ring? Just made him look like crap. But before that, he had some good wins. He beat Danilo Marquez. I lost a little money on that. Carlos Ulberg, that was his, I think that was maybe not his UFC debut. It was Carlos Ulberg's UFC debut. But that one, everybody was high on Carlos Ulberg, and he just gassed out. And Kennedy withstood his fury in the first round, and come round 3, he came with some hooks and took care of business. And before that, he beat Darko Stosic.
That fight is scarred in my head, by the way. Kennedy showed such poor fighter IQ in that Ulberg fight. It was such a weird experience.
I know. It's leaving. Yeah, agreed. It's leaving kind of impression on me too. However, Carl Roberson, Baby K, has not looked great as of late. That Roundtree fight, Khalil Roundtree, clearly outfought him. He got him with I think he got him the TKO second round, I do believe.
Yeah, he kind of fucked him up. Hit him in a few hard shots, like really hurt him.
Yeah, before that he got heel hooked by Brandon Allen, and before that he got rear naked choked by Marvin Vittori. You know, so those are not good. But however, before that he beat Roman Kopylov, middling at best. And Wellington Turman should have lost to Sam Alvey. So I always got a little split in my side from Wellington Turman. He's like a thorn. I don't care for that guy. So Carl Roberson hasn't really impressed me in his last 5. He is fighting out of Glory MMA though. I'll give him that. That's one benefit for Carl Roberson. But Kennedy Nzechukwu fighting out of Fortis MMA down in Texas, and he's on Instagram. He's training with Charles Bird. Remember, you know Charles Bird? I think he's UFC guy. Charles Bird
Used to be,
right?
maybe, or still is, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know if he still is or not, but I know Charles Bird has been UFC, and he's got pictures of him with a BJJ standout coach called Zach Ryan. So I know Kennedy is putting it in. Carl Roberson doesn't have anything like that on Instagram that I saw. And nothing noteworthy, because I check out everybody's Instagram. If I see something that sticks out, I write it down. Kennedy Nzechukwu, though, very religious. All his Instagram posts, he's praise God, praise Jesus, big Jesus guy, holy roller, if you will. So he's got God on his side. That's one thing going for him as well.
Well,
so there's that. I'm gonna have to go with I think Kennedy Nzechukwu is gonna find his target late. He's a slow starter. First round, he sucks. Kennedy loses every first round, I think, ever. He's lost, but he does manage to turn it on come late. And I think Carl Roberson might wear himself out in the first round. He might pull out a Carlos or Olberg. He might do an Olberg and gas himself out in the first, and then dwindle down a little bit. And that's when Kennedy, I think, is going to catch him. I don't know. I don't think Carl Roberson's probably better on the ground, but I don't see him going there because Kennedy, not a wrestler, but good takedown defense. He's got these big tree trunk legs, which he sprawls out. And like I mentioned, he's got a 4-inch height and 9-inch reach advantage. So what do you got to say about this fight between these light heavyweights?
Well, a lot of what you said, I'm going to reiterate. For Roberson, he moved over to Glory MMA before his last fight. His last fight where he got donkey kicked in the first round by Roundtree, whatever we fought.
That was like up on the card too. That wasn't a main event, was it? No,
I don't think it was main event, but it was up there. And even though he's a very good athlete, he's actually got a Muay Thai kickboxing background. You see it at times, has done training at good gyms. Even before he went over to Glory MMA, he was in New Jersey at one of the good gyms over there on the coastline. But anyway, the point is, he's a good athlete. But here he's physically outmatched, as you can see. Evidence right there on the screen. Nzechukwu is quite a freak. He's an amazing athlete. So he's going to have a hard time getting, within distance without taking some jabs, right? And when he gets inside the range, he's not the amazing boxer. He's not an amazing boxer either way. And his takedown offense, So if you're looking at this just on paper, Nzechukwu should win. But here's the thing, though. I can't bet on Nzechukwu. If you can find a way to bet on this guy and it's consistent and you're actually winning, whether you're betting for him or against him, then you're really good at this shit. Because this guy is so inconsistent and you just don't know which version you're going to get. He should win. Like Ranj, he really should win this fight. Carl Roberson's not that good. And he's got the tools, man. Got the length, got the advantage. And if he gets taken down, he gets right back up. Like you said, big legs. He sprawls real well. Look at the size difference.
Yeah.
I'm convinced he's going to win the fight, but damn, dude, I'm probably not going to touch him with a 10-foot pole. If you're looking for a fight that finishes in a draw, where points get taken away, where there's an illegal knee, it doesn't go the full distance. If you're looking for the fight that things to just go off the fucking rails and do some weird shit, this would be the one.
Yep. You're exactly right. He's untrustworthy. If he comes in like I said, it's hard to tell because that first round, he loses every first round ever.
He should have been TKO'd in the first round against Carlos Olberg, not because he was hurt.
He should have,
but just because he wasn't returning punches. At some point, the ref was giving him. Well, I guess the ref was determining that he wasn't hurt. But there's some kind of rule book there. If you take 50 punches in a row and don't return, that's what happened. And he got lucky. It should have been ended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Draw.
Nick. Saying a draw. Hey, draw is usually
plus $5,000,
6,000 or something.
Yeah,
crazy,
plus 5,000
usually.
Yeah.
So that might be a play here, but I'm going with the African Savage just because he's got the tail of the tape advantage. He's a year younger, but who cares about that? It's the 9-inch reach advantage, and he's durable as all hell. And I don't think Carl Roberson can put him away. And even if Carl Roberson does manage to use some wrestling, Kennedy he's hard to get down, and when he does get down, he gets right back up.
This fight may arguably get the least amount of betting action on the entire card, not because of my opinion, just because in general, most people don't know these guys. They are pretty evenly matched. The money line's right down the middle.
No, I think casual bettors are going to take the bigger guy.
Probably
Yeah, they're going to take Kennedy. So I'm just saying, without knowing any background on either one of these.
You're probably right.
And
he's huge.
It could go either way, but once again, hard pick, just like the last fight. So let's move on up the card. Let me see my printout.
We've got David Onama.
Yes,
up against the victim.
Garrett Armfield. This is Onama Armfield 2, if you didn't know. They fought at amateur championships.
Oh, they fought against each other before?
They did. Amateur championships. They fought in KCFA, which stands for Kansas City Fighting Alliance. That's for amateurs. And then after KCFA, if you move up to FAC, which Fighting Alliance Championships, which is professional. It's all in Missouri because David Onama is a Glory boy, like Glory MMA.
Yeah, they're based out of that region.
Yeah, Garrett Armfield, also a native to Missouri, but now trains out of Sanford. Interesting enough. Here's the thing, Garrett. I mean, I think Onama's the biggest favorite on the card. Last time I checked, he was like a minus 700.
He's in the minus 800 range now, like creeping up.
Is he? Yeah, he should be. I watched that first fight, the first fight between them. Interesting. It was 3 3-minute rounds. Yeah, because there's amateur. I don't know how it works, but that was pretty interesting.
Did they have pads on their shins?
No, it was like a legit regional scene.
Gotcha.
Legit small cage, very small cage. But Onama, and the thing was, Garrett Armfield was winning with he's got fantastic leg kicks, like just destroying the lead leg of David Onama. But in third round, it was kind of very even coming in third round. Third round, David Onama brought the clinched knees, massive, like he was given triple knees to the face, and Garrett Armfield was just taking it. The commentators were going, "How is this guy so durable?" But he never stopped coming. He would eat 3 knees to the face and then come back with an overhand right. So I was like, holy shit, this guy, Garrett Armfield, is tough as nails. But Onama did manage to edge out that unanimous decision. However, I was looking at their backgrounds. David Onama, fantastic striker, but the guy can't wrestle. If Garrett Armfield, who's now training at Sanford, and he wrestled at Eureka High School in Missouri. Eureka High School is known for their wrestling program for high school They usually go to the state championships as a team. I never got to find out his record there, but I know he was a standout because the Eureka, Missouri high school wrestling team has their own Facebook page, and they had a big, alumni Garrett Armfield wins his first professional fight. They love him. They love him over in Missouri. But I think I'm just looking at a contrarian point of view. If Garrett Armfield uses wrestling, I think he might be able to get an edge on David Onama. First fight they had, it looked like a kickboxing fight because neither guy never went to the ground at all. Nobody even tried. So, but if it stays on the feet, David Onama is going to house this boy. It's just like he did the first time. So, interesting fight here. Not worthy of a bet either way, unless you want to, throw a sprinkle on Garrett Armfield. I think he's like plus 500 or something. So
yeah, when the fight got changed, it was after I kind of had been through my film study, and then I had some other stuff on my schedule, so I didn't go back around to look at this guy Garrett Armfield very closely. That's why actually when you told me they fought in the amateur ranks, I didn't realize that. Thank you for that information. I think that David Onama is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I just want to add that was this here is 145, Garrett Armfield is the champ now at FAC at bantamweight, so he's coming up a weight class. But their first fight was also at 145 as well. But it doesn't matter. He's now coming up to one. He's coming from 135. So Onama, it will be the bigger dude, just like last time.
Are you pulling up that face off? Do you have that available?
Yeah,
he's going to be
absolutely.
He's at least 4 inches according to the paper in terms of height difference. And if you know David Onama, he tends to be the much taller fighter in this division. He's just a very long guy. So that's going to be a huge advantage.
There's my dumpy girl. I call her the Hollerhead girl.
She's back.
The girl in the background.
She's back.
She's back. I like her. She's got a little camel toe showing. See that?
the eagle eye. The eagle eyes of Raj doesn't miss a damn thing, dude. Doesn't miss it. So okay, he's not that much taller, I guess, but he is taller, and he's very dark skinned.
Yeah, he is. He's. I think
if he didn't have that earring in, I think he would blend right into the background, right into that
background. Hey, facts. Look at how bright Sean Shelby's hand sticks on his skin.
That's what I'm saying. Shelby's hand looks like it's a hand out of nowhere. It looks like somebody just glued that hand on the side of this dude's body. Wow. Nothing against it, man. He's they say the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, man. That's the verbiage from the get-go.
He got a nickname. The Silent Assassin. He should just change his nickname to Midnight Onama. That's what it's like. David Midnight Onama.
Oh my god.
But anyway. Look at MMA Lock and Night has half a unit on Armfield. Awesome. Play Onama, he'd be equal opportunist to win by KO or subs. With the camel toe, it's not a fetish. I just happen to notice that.
I don't think that can be a fetish. That's just like something every guy notices. It's just like,
but Onama, according to Tapology, does have, I think, 4-inch reach advantage here. Yeah, no, 3-inch reach advantage, 4-inch height advantage. But man, this guy, the Garrett Armfield, from watching that first fight, he does have some heart. He's got some will, and he accepted this fight on short notice, going in for Austin Lingo. He might opportunity knocked, and he answered. He might.
Well, he posted something on Twitter that was so funny. It just came to me, and I don't even know how I saw it. I don't think I follow him on Twitter. It must have just showed up on someone's feed. They maybe retweeted it. He was like, "Oh, just yesterday I was at my parents' house feeding the goats in the backyard, and now I'm in a plane on the way to Las Vegas." And I'm thinking, ooh, was he in training camp? was he getting ready for this? Or was he literally
Armfield?
Yeah, dude. He's like, oh, yesterday I was at home just feeding my
that's definitely sticks out. That sticks out as short notice is not good for somebody that's already lost to the dude. But I mean, the dude, you got to give Armfield, he's 8-2, all 8 wins by finish, 100% finish rate for the dude. He's got 5 knockouts and 3 submissions.
And that's probably his idea, right? Come in there and go hard as hell for like 5 minutes. Hopefully he can catch Onama. Onama's not, we haven't really seen him deal with being too hurt, so you never know.
Garrett Armfield's a BJJ purple belt as well. I don't know if Onama has a belt. But
yeah, he's got a black belt, dude. See, he's got a black belt on.
Shut up. David Onama on Instagram has been training with.
Hey, look, he's got a UFC tattoo on his leg. He's got a UFC tattoo on his leg, dude.
Shut up. He's been. I don't know about recently, but he does on his Instagram. Like I want to say a month or 2 ago, he's got some little bit of footage training with Jeff Molina. So that's a good thing down in Glory. So I mean, it's everything's saying take David Onama, of course, but I think Garrett Armfield might be worth half a unit play, just like what's his name, MMA Lock of the Night, Manpreet. My boy Manpreet has a half a unit on Armfield. It's worthy. I think
it's not a bad thing. That's where you really make money if you're gonna really gamble. You got to take those big odds sometimes and just take a shot. It is a fight. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I know. It is a fight, but I'm going to be rooting for the guy. I'm staying away from betting point, but Tapology, I definitely have
Yo,
Midnight David
look at
Onama.
Dirty Reg's last comment is fucking hilarious, dude.
Dirty Red.
Fucking
Not offended.
hilarious.
I'm dark. He makes me look light skinned. It's not offensive. It's just real. It's just facts.
No, we were having fun with it, but that's the best line of the night, Dirty Reg. It's like, I'm
right.
dark. This dude makes me look white, basically.
God bless Dirty Reg.
Yeah,
but yeah, it wasn't meant to be offensive. We're just playing. Just playing jokes.
No.
So anyway, everybody in the world is on Onama except for Garrett Armfield, except for Eureka High School. They love Garrett Armfield because he's an alumni. They do love him. And you know what? He does. If it goes to the ground, hey, you never know. I think Armfield might have. I think he's got better jiu-jitsu and better wrestling, because Onama's wrestling never tested in his entire life on it.
You got me thinking. You got me thinking about it, Ranj. I'm not only going to place a bet. I'm definitely going to place a bet for Armfield by decision. Okay, I mean, if you look at that prop, it's probably even juicier, because most likely what happens, like you said, is he extends the fight. Maybe Onama gets a little tired. It's not easy working off your back, and he, chew up some clock, dude. Make it sloppy, greasy decision win there.
It depends on what kind of game plan that he's Sanford though. So Sanford MMA, they've been putting it in as of lately. They've been sending out troops, sending out representative fighters here. You know what? I have no props listed on Bet Online, but Garrett Armfield money line is plus 550. I'm gonna sprinkle. I'm gonna do a little.
Okay, so Armfield to win by decision is plus 1,200 on DraftKings right now.
1,200.
Yeah, dude, and that's the most.
A $10 bet make you 120.
Yeah, that's I'm definitely gonna place that bet. Look, now we talked about, could he clip? Could he clip this other fighter? Let me just see what it is by TKO, if he were to win by TKO. So Armfield look at this. Armfield to win by TKO is plus 1,200. To win by submission is plus 2,500, and to win by decision again is plus 1,200. So like pick your path to victory. Maybe sprinkle all three of them. I don't know. There's a lot of plus money there.
This guy's too small. Look at the face-offs. He is, but you know what? He was that small in their first fight, and he made it to decision. He held his own. Actually, I gave him round one. He did a lot of so many leg kicks that Onama had to switch stances. He had to switch. He's like orthodox, and he had to switch to southpaw in the second part of round one, because his lead leg was getting the shit kicked out of it. So for real, I mean, it started lumping up. The calf kicks, they're building up. And even the commentators was like, oh, his lead leg is feeling it. So anyway, that's be said and done. Let's move on. This one, the next fight, Cody Brundage, Tresean Gore. This is going to be another hard banger to take a pick here. But why don't you introduce it? You want to introduce it, or you want me to again?
Yeah. Well, no, I'll go ahead and hit this one. So we've got Tresean Gore versus Cody Brundage. This is going to be at what weight class? Let me look this up real quick. This is going to be at middleweight. Yep, 185 pounds. So Tresean Gore goes by Mr. Vicious. 3-1 overall. So not much experience compared to 7-2 for Cody Brundage. 28 years old for Gore, 28 years old for Brundage. Brundage is out of Factory X Muay Thai. Both 6 feet in height. 72-inch reach for Brundage with a 75-inch reach for Gore. So about a 3-inch reach advantage there on the side of Gore. So in breaking down this fight, the one thing that pops out for me for Tresean Gore, the athleticism, the explosive, high impact strikes. He's going to have that advantage. He'll have the quickness advantage and the athletic advantage. The problem is, at only 4 total fights and fighting very low level competition, I don't know enough about this guy to get behind him and say, well, if he gets into trouble, he's going to scramble out and do a good job. If he gets extended to late round 2, round 3, that the athleticism is not going to chew up and become a cardio issue. For Cody Brundage, 9 fights, we've seen more from him. More of a grinder, pretty good overall chin. We know more about him. Is he like a top 10 contender in the future? Probably not. He's serviceable. He should test Tresean Gore here, but I think what happens over the course of the early part of round 1 and 2, the athletic striking of Tresean Gore possibly hurts Brundage, puts him in a bad situation, and if not, if anything, puts Tresean Gore in a situation where he's up 2 rounds going into round 3. So for me, it's a toss-up. I don't have good footing either way. I will not be betting either guy straight up, but I'm going to lead ever so slightly on the side of Tresean Gore.
I'm going to give you Cody Brundage is a better wrestler. It's been shown he does have better wrestling background. Tresean Gore is definitely, if he wins, it's going to be by striking. You know, Tresean Gore was established to be he was supposed to win the Ultimate Fighter, but he got hurt. So instead, his UFC debut, he had the fight against Brian Battle, same Ultimate Fighter house, you know, and Brian Battle beat him, unanimous decision, you know. But in the house, he did beat Gilbert Urbina, who was like, he was also supposed to. Gilbert Urbina, he's got like two brothers that were in the UFC and both failed. They're Urbina family. I don't know. I'm sorry to tell you, they just can't make it in the UFC. But Tresean Gore, though, he's got that knockout power. He's fighting out of he's got like 3 gyms that I saw like on Instagram. MMA Lab, he's got some footage there. MMA Lab, he was training with Jared Cannonier. ATT training with Benson Henderson from from Bellator, right? And he does have some footage over at Fight Ready also in Arizona. So Tresean Gore, who knows where he's training like lately. Another holy roller, loves Jesus, loves God. lot of mention of that on Instagram. Now Cody Brundage is coming off a nice win against a similar fighter in trade like Dolce Lunguimbula, who's got a similar style to Tresean Gore. Like,
by the way,
up,
can you say that name? Say that name again. That was one of the best pronunciations of that name.
Dolce Lunguimbula. I think it's that's. But anyway,
nailed it.
Cody Brundage managed to catch him with a guillotine, which Tresean Gore, I don't know, it might still. It might happen to him as well because, as I mentioned, Cody Brundage does have the upper hand when it comes to wrestling. But if he stays standing on his feet, which every fight starts out on their feet, Tresean Gore should knock him out. But let's look at Cody Brundage's past fights. The only people, I mean, he lost to Nick Maximov in his UFC debut. Nick Maximov, phenomenal wrestler. Okay, before that, he beat Joseph Cropshot, whatever, LFA guy. He lost to William Knight by elbows and ground and pound. But William Knight, you know, he's a specimen. He's similar to Tresean Gore, actually. Yep. So I don't know. Cody Brundage training at a Factory X Muay Thai with people like Austin Osmosis Jones, and Dustin Jacoby and Anthony Smith all have a little bit of Instagram photo footage with Cody Brundage. And he's also married to a former UFC fighter. She hasn't fought since 2019, but he's married to Amanda Brundage, who is also a fighter. So you got to think fighting families, they always, you know, fighting's always there in the forefront. So I'm going to go with the wrestler here, plus money on this. I'm going to take Cody Brundage. But watch this face-off, Manny. If you said you haven't seen the face-off, so watch this.
No.
Cody Brundage does this awesome thing with the shh. Watch. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Watch this. Right there, Tresean Gore talking shit. There it is. He's like, stop. Don't. Let me play that back. That back. You see, Tresean Gore is just talking shit, and it's like, shh, stop running your mouth. Stop running your mouth. Shh. Yeah. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, look. Oh, that was nice. But Tresean Gore being civil about it, he did the praise God thing.
He went from that point there. He started praying. He's like, calm down.
I would just watch it one more time. Oh, the full thing.
Your girl's got the camera on too. Your girl's like right on it. She's like,
yeah, that means it's on Instagram too. That's what she's like, Instagram media girl. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's going to be a banger.
We should have a little bit of a fuego, a little fight there.
Yeah, that will be fun. It'll be fun.
I think Gore is going to send him to the Shadow Realm in the first 10 minutes of the fight.
Yeah.
That's my thinking. But Brundage is the better wrestler.
Shit. Bum Dave. Brundage, Bum Dave. Effie, Any Action Sportscast. Welcome to the show. First time watching.
Hello, hello.
But let's see. Dolce gassed himself out looking for the finish, but it gassed himself out. It was round 1. So, I mean, I guess, but still, Brundage caught him with the guillotine. So, a win's a win. Gore's lack of experience is sketching me out a bit. I did pick him, but not sure to play it, though. Yeah, I mean, if you can do one of those, I don't know if you can do it in New York State where I live, but I know Mbe, my girl there that always says she'll be on the show and never shows up. She can do them she's in Illinois, and she does these no action bets. Like she'll like KO if it goes decision, no action. If you can do Tresean Gore KO decision, no action bet, that would be the way to go with that. But I'm going to side with Cody Brundage, and I think he might find a guillotine. He might find his neck. Rear naked choke or guillotine, arm. He's got wins by arm triangle as well in his background. He's got like 2 wins by arm triangle. So that's kind of a go-to for him. If you want to, he's got a win over Joseph Cropshot, LFA, and a guy named Eric Lozano in a Michigan regional scene. Both arm triangle. So that's there for him. And that's what I'm going to call Cody Brundage by submission here. But,
Cody.
As Manny said, it could totally come to a quick round 1 knockout. I'm just going to go with the wrestler versus striker. I'm going to take the wrestler here. Lack of volume scares me as well. Hey, Vlad, what's going on, brother? Yep, Shadow Realm. Tresean Gore is a BJJ brown belt, by the way. Interesting. Okay. See, I was unaware of that. Thanks for the info, Nick Alexander. So he can handle himself on the ground. Yeah, now I don't know. Now I'm less confident in Cody Brundage. But I suppose I'm gonna stick with my initial play here.
You know what?
One, man, I'm a huge fan.
I think
of Christian Leroy Duncan.
Okay, I think what he's referring to wasn't that Chris Duncan who fought on the on Dana White Contender Series this past fall? I did a fight breakdown for one of his fights. He ended up losing that fight, but somebody from across the pond who was following
Otis is definitely from the UK. He's definitely
okay.
From
okay, then it was him maybe who reached out and said he was a fan of his, but yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll hit you up for that, man. I like the young man. Hopefully he bounces back.
Yeah, all you guys, you haven't subscribed yet, go to MMA Fight Club. That's Manny's channel. Awesome content there. Yeah, that decision no action bet for Gore is not available. Yeah, I don't know where she showed me. I don't know, not specifically this fight, but she showed me other fights in the past where she's done it on DraftKings, and I never have that option. I think it's a state thing. I think it depends on where you're betting from and which bookie you're using. Yeah. Oh, Christian Leroy Duncan was on Cage Warriors. Chris Duncan was a Scottish guy on Contender Series.
Yep.
Okay, so there you go. Anyway, let's move up this card. We're split on that one, right? You're going to take Tresean, and I'm taking Cody.
Yes, sir.
Stop your yapping. Praise God. Handshake.
That was the entire face-off.
Yeah, I just did a recap of it.
You did it in
sign language. That was exactly it.
That was sign language version.
Anyway, moving up the card, I think next we have La Pantera, Antonina Shevchenko.
Ooh.
The older sister, yet not as good sister of Valentina, taking on Courtney Casey, the wife of Drakkar Klose. I don't. You think some of his wrestling would rub off, but it doesn't. She's a horrible wrestler, Courtney Casey. So Antonina comes in here. I got some notes. Antonina comes in as a slight favorite. Last time I checked. Do you have any books open? Let me see. I'll check on Bet Online.
I have it right here in front of me. For Antonina right now, she's currently at -170, and Casey's at +145.
-170. What's Courtney Casey, like a +150?
+145.
Close enough. Yep. +143 and -163 on Bet Online right now for Antonina and Courtney Casey. Cast iron Courtney Casey, according to Tapology, she's training out of MMA Lab, and that I verified that on Instagram. She's training. She brings her whole family. They got her and Drakkar Close have a kid, little boy, and he's in there. So they're hanging out at MMA Lab, whole family thing. Drakkar Close shows him holding pads for Courtney, getting ready for this fight. So it's definitely a fighting family. Definitely, she's coming off a decent win against Luana Jojua, no longer UFC. She lost to JJ Aldrich by split decision. She lost to Jillian Robertson by rear naked choke round 3. She has a win over Mara Borello, not in the UFC anymore, by armbar round 1. And she lost to Cynthia Calvillo, unanimous decision. We'll be talking about Cynthia Calvillo a little bit later in this card. So 2 and 3 in her last 5, not looking good, but you got to say all 3 of the losses are by known fighters in the female fighters in the UFC. Now, Antonina, also coming off a couple losses. She's also 2 and 3 in her last 5. Now, let's look at her opponents. Most recently, she got ground and pound by Casey O'Neill. I'm high on Casey O'Neill. I think Casey O'Neill is a beast. She's a good fighter. Good fighter.
Yes, very good.
Before that, she lost to KGB Andrea Lee by triangle armbar in round 2. Andrea Lee's been shocking a lot of people. She also beat Cynthia Calvillo, Andrea Lee. So you can't, she's decent, Andrea Lee. Before that, she beat the queen of violence, Ariana Lipski. Ariana Lipski, prettier than she is a good fighter. She has better looks than she does fighting skills.
That's a good way to put it.
She lost to Caitlin Chukagian, the blonde loud fighter, tennis player fighter. Every punch she throws, she gives a yeah. Yep, just like hitting the tennis ball back. And she does have a win against Lucy Pudilova. I don't even know who that is, but she got her with a rear naked choke. So Antonina has a 1 inch height, 1 inch reach advantage. She is 2 years older at 37. Courtney Casey's 35. It's going to be an interesting fight here. As of lately, Antonina has been training back in her home country of Kyrgyzstan. I think she's been there since Valentina fought last week, right? Valentina fought last week or the week before?
2 weeks ago, I think, right?
2 weeks ago. Was it? Or was it
2 or 3 weeks ago
anyway,
when she barely won? Barely won.
Yeah, barely. I know you almost got the upset victory. You almost got some couple of hoodies and yeah. But and hey, it had me sweating for real. I thought Valentina might have lost that, to be honest with you. But whatever. They've been training back at their home Kyrgyzstan with their former coach. His name is Azim Osmankulov. He is also a Tiger Muay Thai coach. So that's who they've been training with as of lately. So we got Antonina back at home, and Courtney Casey, her home is MMA Lab. Originally, I was all over Courtney Casey, but because I was like, she's putting more time in the gym, it looks like, according to Instagram. Antonina's got some other shit going on. She's also a pilot. She's probably in KGB school trying to be like her sister or something. But thing is, Antonina has a wicked good background in kickboxing. Like, she's got a kickboxing record. I don't know exactly what it is, but she's got a lot of fights in kickboxing. I don't know if it's glory or whatever, but this is what I heard from one of the cappers. And her stand-up is levels above Courtney Casey. And Courtney Casey has like horrible takedown defense. She sucks at getting. And Antonina, she's got she took down Ariana Lipski in that win like twice. And I know she does have a little bit of a ground game. I think she's got some wins by submission here. So, and Courtney Casey, she's got losses by submission. She does have an armbar win against Mara Borello, though. I don't know, man. It's a female fight. I can't go with that, but I'm going to lean with Antonina. I think she's better all around, I think.
Let me try to convince you that this is actually a really good bet. I'm reading Dirty Reg's bet or his bet he made here. He said he wrote, I slipped Antonina in a money line parlay today, on the money line in a parlay, and I'm already praying. I get you, Dirty Reg, but you know what? When I look at this fight, and I just try to get rid of all the recent distractions of the bad decisions, these women fights that like the 2-1 favorites are losing and whatnot, this to me is so fucking obvious. The UFC is giving her a fight to win. They want her to. Oh,
I
good
didn't
point
know
there,
that.
Nick Alexander. I didn't know that either. That's a very good point. That's definitely a red flag. Very, very well said.
Absolutely.
I think the UFC is giving her a very beatable opponent. Courtney Casey, like you said, not a very good striker, very robotic, not very smooth on the feet. So Shevchenko should have a big advantage there. On the ground, Shevchenko is better against like the lower level average fighters. She's pretty good on the ground in that situation. Now, against elite level grapplers, no. Against better fighters, no, she's not so good. Look at her tapology. You'll see that she's lost against pretty much anyone that's pretty good to above average. She loses in those fights. But this fight here is set up for her to win. Her sister's, the champion. They want to keep her around. I think she wins this fight. I actually parlayed it myself at -170. I've got about a half unit straight up on the fight as well for her to win straight, just outright. I think she wins by decision.
Yeah, I'm going that way as well. I think you're onto something there. I think because Valentina's not going anywhere for a bit, and they feel kind of bad for her older sister. Antonina's just not there, so I think they're feeding her. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think they might be feeding her Courtney Casey. And Courtney Casey's I think she might be in the same boat as other new moms. Like, just stay home and let your husband or your whatever you want, your mate, make the money in the fight in the
not
cage.
to harp on her record, but Shevchenko's 9-4. Okay, whatever. Casey's 10-9.
Yeah, that's truth. That's facts. You can't change that. So yeah, I'm all over same thing. I'm all over Shevchenko here. So yeah, good call. I hope we're all right. Me too. Let's move up.
I'll pray for your bet too. I'm gonna pray for your bet, Dirty Reg. Just like Gore did.
I got her in a parlay as well. So let's go up the card. We got bantamweight fight between Firas Zahabi's brother, Ayman, taking on Pretty Ricky Tercios. Ayman Zahabi fighting out of TriStar, brother of Firas Zahabi, the head coach over at TriStar. TriStar used to be the big deal. It used to be like the place back in the George St. Pierre days. Used to be the place you wanted to train if you're in Canada. Okay. But Ayman Zahabi came out as, I'm Firas Zahabi's younger brother. I'm going to kick everybody's ass. And he kind of disappointed. His UFC debut, he beat a guy named Reginald Vieira, unanimous decision. But after that, took 2 back-to-back losses. Ricardo Ramos got him with a spinning back elbow, round 3. Not a good look there. And then he lost to Vince Morales, unanimous decision. And he finally got a win against Draco Rodriguez. Draco Rodriguez is like he's a short little wrestler, kind of like who's DC's little guy that just got beat by.
He got his ass kicked on the feet. You're talking about the short wrestler. Oh my gosh, what's his name? I know you're talking about the light skinned black guy. He got chewed apart.
Yeah. Man, it's right there. I can picture him and everything. But anyway, this
I'll look it up for you. Look at it.
Yeah. Anyway, Draco Rodriguez is very similar to that dude. Like he's not. What I'm getting at is Ayman Zahabi has a win over Draco Rodriguez. Draco Rodriguez is just not that good. Mm-hmm. That's why he can overhand right in round 1. He caught him. Ricky Tercios, on the other hand, he's on a little bit of a streak. He did 5 fights ago. He lost to Mano Martinez by punches in round 1. That was in Fury FC. But since then, he's been on a little roll. He rebounded off that in Fury FC, got a armbar round 2 over a guy named Khalid Petrit. After that, he was on Ultimate Fighter, where he went undefeated.
Deron Win. Thank you. It's in the chat there.
Deron Win.
Thank you, dude.
There you go.
I was looking it up.
Thank you. But yeah, TriStar sucks now, low key. Yeah, you're facts. You can't deny that. Ricky really isn't good, but Zahabi doesn't throw shit. Yep. Deron Win. Yes, Deron Win. Hey, Dev, what's up, buddy? Let's go, Ricky. Pretty Ricky.
Dev.
Me as well. As I was saying, Ricky after the Ultimate Fighter undefeated, he
Wait,
came out, had his UFC debut
can I get
against
a time? I get a timeout. Dev the dude, is that a guy who used to do some breakdowns too? Like he did some videos
him
as
and
well.
Cell. They still do. Dev's
Oh,
wicked live on Instagram.
my bad. I didn't
You
know.
know,
I think I'm not following him. I should. Shit, my bad, Dev. I will.
yeah,
I'll
you
follow you.
should. You should.
I will. All right, cool.
Yeah, he does suck. Deron does suck. But anyway, Ricky is he after UFC the Ultimate Fighter, he came and fought Brady Highstand in his UFC debut. Brady Highstand also out of the Ultimate Fighter house. They like to do that, like debutantes of Ultimate Fighter. They put them against other Ultimate Fighter guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the thing is, what's sticking out for Ricky though, he was training. He still is. He's training out of two camps: Gracie Barra Woodlands and Alpha Male, where he's training with people like Alex Morono. That's in Gracie Barra Woodlands. Great white Alex Morono. Alex Morono's a decent veteran. You know, he's got some good wins. He's got pictures with him with Coach Matthew Wald and a standout NCAA wrestler named Joe Hendershot. I checked these guys out on his Instagram. Samson Saucer, that's out of Alpha Male. Kendall Weeks. So Ricky definitely putting in the training over in two different gyms back to back. Aim Zahabi, I can't even find an Instagram for him, so I have no idea. I just know he's Faraz Zahabi's brother. But as someone earlier in the chat said, TriStar has been sucking lately. So I mean, what are you gonna do there? But I'm all over Pretty Ricky Tercios. He is a slight heavy favorite. I think he's like minus 180. Minus 190, maybe. I'm gonna check it out right now.
So can I just? I'm not going to give a whole additional breakdown. I agree with everything you said. The highlight points I want to make are Ricky Tercios is a very unique fighter. He uses a very awkward set of skills to keep his opponent off balance. It's hard to train for a guy like him. His awkwardness is a part of his game plan. It's what he uses to keep people off balance. I think he'll do that in his fight. So from that standpoint, he's always got a little bit of advantage. Now, this money line at minus 190 to minus 200, this is where things are a little bit off balance because the public has gotten behind this guy. He's become like the people's champ. When he was on the show, he sort of gathered this momentum. It's like, you know, guy who's religious, but like wholesome. People see themselves in him. He has this underdog way about him, even though right now he's the favorite. But the bottom line is I think the money line has been swelled because of the perception. People like him. He's a very likable guy, and he's got a unique style. And from that standpoint, that's my concern. If you're betting on him, you're paying for all that. And I'm not sure that at minus 190, do you really want to put almost $200 to make 100? Probably not. I've parlayed it myself, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I did put it into one or two parlays, but I did hold myself back from doing any straight up bets on Ricky Tercios. I think anything's possible here, and it could just be a very close fight. Now, if it's super close, yeah, he probably gets the rub. You know, some kind of a split decision probably goes to him. But I like him to win the fight. I just don't love him at minus 190.
Yeah.
Ricky. Oh, he's taller, huh?
Did you boys see Chris Kerr's ask Darren Till on Twitter to be in his corner? I did not see that. I know Darren Till had to pull out of London card for injury, right? I saw something like that.
Oh, so he's not even fighting.
Churchill's has that psychedelic vibe. He sure does. He looks like you know, the neo type hippie. You know, the new age yoga type. You know what I mean?
The nouveau hippie, dude. You got it. I'm telling you, nouveau hippie.
Correctly.
Yep.
Nouveau hippie. Zahabi's better everywhere but volume. Yeah, Zahabi, he's kind of and he's plotting. Like you can foresee his strikes. That's why you can dodge him. He's kind of slow, I want to say. Academy Pro Star MMA may be a better gym than TriStar now in Canada. Could be. Let's see. Dev's locks are Nurmagomedov, Fiziev, and Kennedy and Chukwu. And Ricky all day. Ricky is also one of Dev's locks. Michael Johnson. We're not there yet, Dev. You're ahead of us. Ricky looks a lot better than I thought. He sure does. He looks great. I'm gonna kick this back a little bit so you guys see them walk out on the face-off. By the way, we missed the whole face-off with the Antonina and Courtney Casey, but whatever.
Zahabi looks from the side. Zahabi looks a little bit like Errol Houani from the side. Like side
Yeah. They all have that look, you know.
they all have that look.
No, right there, that like that
Yeah,
kind
what is
of
that?
I don't know what region, like what are they, Armenian or not? I don't know what was Zahavi. What kind of name is that?
I don't know. It's, Ariel Hawani. Where is he from? It's got to be
Hawani,
some
Zahavi.
Middle
It's the same
Eastern, right?
nationality.
It's probably
They're from the
Middle
same
Turkey.
general, yeah, Middle Eastern, right?
Yeah, some kind of
But
Arab.
yeah, Pretty Ricky, he's looking ready. He's looking good. And look at the muscle tone. It's I think
Hmm.
Pretty Ricky is a little bit bigger. What's the Tapology say for he's got
Oh my,
4-inch
oh,
reach.
oh,
4-inch reach
my
for
God.
Ricky.
Yo.
That's pretty good, right?
Oh, be nice, VCR repairman. Be nice. You got me laughing, but be nice.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna check the chats real quick. But all right. Okay, let me catch up. Ricky is bigger, big nose, Fear and Loathing and
Yes, right.
Mohican.
He is
Ricky
Israeli.
by Volume, Avalanche. Ariel admitted they are twins. Yeah, he does look like problem term is sand people. Isn't that the people that was on Star Wars in the beginning of Star Wars? Isn't that the sand people? Oh, the sand people. They don't like, Jewish
Uh,
Middle Eastern.
but
Interesting.
no, he is from Israel.
Israel.
He is from Israel.
Is it
Yes. Yes,
Israeli?
he is. He is Israeli Jewish. Yes, I forgot that for some dumb reason. But a lot of Israelis are
You know
like
what?
that, like darker. Not all of them. Some are.
Yeah, sand people.
This dude said the proper term is sand
I'm gonna get
people. Oh
canceled.
my goodness. That
This
oh,
fight is a straight pass fight to me. Can't even find a prop for this. Wow, is that true? Let me see on Bet Online.
yeah,
No,
it's a
there's
tough
props
one.
on Bet Online for Ricky Tercios
See,
and is a hobby, definitely.
the thing is,
Ricky Tercios is a minus 200 now. It's a line has moved. A
yeah,
lot of money coming in on him.
it's all
So
it's again, this is a guy that's easy to love, it's easy to get behind. I get it, and maybe he wins. I think even how about like playing some more of like the back behind the scenes UFC strategy stuff. The UFC probably wants him to win. He's kind of like he's a fan funnel
yeah,
machine.
he's got a little following. He's pretty
Yes,
Ricky.
yes,
People,
like
and he's friendly. He's like he's got a niche. He's that.
nice.
But Frasa Hobby's riding his brother's coattails. He's a coach's brother, so that's a thing too. That's a little niche for him. But I'm gonna stick with just like the full capper consensus. Everybody in the world is taking Ricky Tercios. Everybody but
Yeah.
TriStar people. So yeah, so far this has been a very hard card. Every one of these fights could
Listen,
coin
it's
flip
gonna
and go.
be a hard card to walk away and be like, I got every one of these right because there's so many close ones that are like coin flips.
Yeah,
So
you're
tough.
absolutely right. Let's move up to card. Ooh, now
I'm
the
gonna
other
grab.
female
I'm
fight.
gonna. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'm gonna grab one of my beers. I
All
will
right, I'm
be
gonna
right back. Thank you, sir.
introduce these girls coming up. When you come back, you have to take over so I can grab my drink. All right. So next we have a flyweight female fight between Cynthia Calvillo and Nina the Strina Nunes. Gerald Lynch told me earlier that what Strina means, I forgot. I think it means like sister or something. The Strina. Um, Nina Nunes, as you know, is the life mate of Amanda Nunes. Nina Nunes did birth a child, obviously not from Amanda. I don't know who the donor sperm was, but she did. They have a child. I guess they're raising together. Nina Nunes training out of American Top Team. She's on Instagram showing some footage with Tony Gravely, female fighter Vanessa Kills, female fighter Alex Chambers, and female LFA champion fighter Jacqueline Amarine. So Nina Nunes been putting it in over American Top Team. Coming off a couple losses, she lost to Mackenzie Dern by armbar. Mackenzie Dern is a BJJ phenom. She lost to Tatiana Suarez, unanimous decision. And before that, and before the baby, she has wins over Claudia Gadella, Randa Marcos, and Angela Hill, 3-2 in her last 5, but 2 most recent fights, both losses. Cynthia Calvillo, same type of thing. She's off 3 losses back-to-back in a row, losing to KGB Andrea Lee, Jessica Andrade, Caitlin Chukagian. Jessica Andrade managed to knock her out in round 1. Andrea Lee is the worst loss she took because it says corner stoppage between rounds, like round 2 corner stoppage. But I remember watching that fight, and it wasn't the corner that's quit. It was Cynthia Calvillo that quit. She pretty much told her corner, I can't go back out there. KGB Andrea Lee is kicking my ass. So before that, though, she does have a win against Jessica I. Jessica I mentioned in the chat earlier that she is now officially cut from the UFC roster. She wants to go into like professional wrestling. Jessica I. And she does have OnlyFans as well. $30 a month if you want to see her doing her, tiny titty thing going on.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, she does. Most female MMA fighters do, except Jessica Rose Clark. I think that's why she went to she lost, because she's got some natural plums up there. Anyway, Cynthia Calvillo used to train out of Alpha Male. Now she's training out of Syndicate. She has Instagram footage with coaches Max Laley and John Wood. That's Joanne Wood, former Calderwood's husband. And she has footage of her training with Emily Whitmire, aka Emily Shitmeyer, aka Emily Whitmire. But she does have little training footage with Emily Whitmire, so I don't know what's going on with that. Both these girls on the wrong side of 30s. Calvillo's 34, Nunes 36. Same reach. Nunes has 1-inch height advantage. But you know what? The way I look at it, Nunes, new mom, took some time off raising her baby, married to Amanda, who is already a millionaire. Nunes does not need this fight. She does not even need to be in the UFC. Where Cynthia Calvillo, her back is against the wall. I think she still does want to continue her fighting career. I think she still does want to have a presence in the flyweight division. So I think Calvillo is going to edge out a victory here just by way of, will. And I think, and this, once again, coin flip. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get a drink. You finish. Go ahead.
All right. So, on that note, what Ranj was just saying, I could follow that up by comparing this to the fight we saw last week with Donald Cerrone. So Cerrone comes in as a guy who's like, still wants to fight, had the press conference, talked about how important it was for him and his kids. And then he went out there, he got submitted, legit submission, had to tap out, and then puts his gloves down and retires. He was already giving all the signs before the fight that it may be time, doing the movie thing, just sort of being just enough distracted, not to mention bit of a rough run, getting emotional before fights, talking about how much he appreciates just sort of the whole process. You could see the writing was on the wall. As for Nina Nunes, I believe she did an interview just recently where she kind of did the same thing, hinted towards life after fighting, maybe having another kid. And so she's exuded the same type of ideas or philosophy that Donald Cerrone was. Ranj, what I was just saying is that Nina Nunes to me is comparable to Donald Cerrone. Here's a guy who was distracted, has other stuff going on, kind of showing the telltale signs of maybe moving on from mixed martial arts. Comes to his last fight, was very emotional, press conference, his kids, whatever, goes up there and loses and hangs it up. For Nunes, she just did an interview recently talking about maybe having another kid, life beyond fighting. I feel like she's 1 or 2 losses away from just saying, like you said, I have $1 million partner. Let me just be a supportive partner, raise our kids, stop getting beat up, and keep it moving. That's it. So I don't think she's coming in here fully prepared. She has been on the show, by the way. I'm not sure if you've been watching, but on The Ultimate Fighter this season, she is there quite a bit. So she's obviously there in Vegas or whatnot with her partner, Amanda Nunes, on the show at times, kind of helping out. But nonetheless, I think she's got 1 foot out the door. That's it for her. Whereas now Calvillo, you don't love betting on her. At -150, it's pretty much pick 'em price. I'm not going to bet in this fight either way. To me, this is a complete toss-up. And so I think Calvillo wins. But, man, look for a prop maybe. The fight starting round 3, the fight going the distance. I mean, both girls will do things that I think will put themselves in situations where they could lose the fight. This may come down to just good old-fashioned luck or how somebody judges it, maybe even a split decision, guys.
Oh, what am I out of order? Obviously.
Well, I think you went over Calvillo first, even though it's Malarkey first in the main card. But that's cool, bro. We can always
All right.
obviously go right back
Whatever.
to.
Whatever. Here they are. There's
Ooh.
Calvillo and all smiles Nunes.
Yeah.
Let me kick it back just a little bit. I want to see.
She's got a little more meat
walk-in.
than I thought. Nunes, like she's a little, not that she's fat, but she's kind of like, I don't know. Did she have the actual child? Right, she gave birth to the kid, right?
She birthed it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, she's in great shape for having had a kid. Not too.
Amanda was like, "Oh no, honey, that's you. You want a bit of mommy? That's you." So, what's her original name? Ansarov? Nina Ansarov?
Yeah, she's some type of European, Eastern European, something.
Definitely
Russian.
She was
something.
That was Nina Ansarov. So I don't know. They size up pretty well though. They're pretty even Steven when it comes to how they size up there. But like I said, I think
she was a better fighter. She was a better fighter before she took the Nunes last name. It's just so weird.
Yeah,
she was actually better.
Absolutely.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
All right, I'm gonna freeze it there because we're gonna be talking about that just right next. Anyway,
yes.
If Andrea Lee makes you quit, I'm not picking you. Good argument there, Antonina.
Yeah, no,
I mean not Antonina. Cynthia Calvillo did quit on the stool against Andrea Lee. She just could not take the beating, and the corner stoppage round 2. But yeah, I don't think so. It's more like I'm done. But I don't know. I don't know if Nina.
Oh
Nunes
my God,
hasn't got her in it.
Your chats, your comments, like Nick Alexander, Dirty Red, you guys are hilarious, dude. You guys are fucking great. This is hilarious comment, right? Great shit, Nick Alexander. Great shit.
Nunes knows she's gonna dump this girl on her head. Amanda has an Asian accent all of a sudden. Does she?
It is it's a really weird thing, Ranj. If you hear her on the tough series, it's her accent.
Have you been watching Portuguese? That?
I've been watching it. I just watched the latest episode, like I think today from this week. But he's right. Her accent is not really Portuguese. She sounds like she's Asian. It's so fucking weird.
Sounds like Luma Lupu and me. Awesome.
Oh my God.
Does Nunes have any takedown defense? Probably about as good as Courtney Casey's, which is I don't know.
She also pulls guard. Isn't she like a pull
keyboard? So
yeah, I think she also pulls guard a lot. MPTV. That's like kind of one of her.
Yeah, I heard that too. I did hear she's like, and because that's her path. She's decent off her back. I heard she can get submissions off her back, so that's where she'll pull guard. Nunes gonna retire after this fight. That's what Manny was saying. There's no why would she? I mean, she's already a mom, married to a millionaire, and Amanda is gonna regain the belt again eventually. You know that fluky loss last time. She wasn't ready. She didn't prepare for it. She thought she was gonna walk through and ended up gassing out and taking the loss.
We might see more retirements in 2022 this year alone than any other year in UFC history. We've already seen a handful, not because like it's a bad sport, nothing, but just because
2 last week.
We had 2 last week,
and what's her face?
Yeah,
I just mentioned her. Jessica, yeah, Evil Eye.
I think it's
post fight. She was like, "Do you think I can compete with my eye with a Rock's eye or something?" She had like, cut it out, Jessica Eye.
Yeah.
So you might as well stick with your stupid OnlyFans thing because that's I don't know. She wants to be she wants to be the female version of the Undertaker. You know why I don't get Izzy last week came out with didn't he come out like a Undertaker walkout type deal in the fight? I guess that was real cringy because he didn't even
listen.
Good
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. Like the walkout was sick. Everyone loved it. But it was so much better than the actual fight. And so you just look back now and you're like, I wish you would have used that walkout for an actual real fight. Not for
Cynthia Calvillo, lock of the card. Nick Alexander, lock.
Yeah. I guess.
Frozen
I guess
like Elsa. Do you want to build a snowman? But anyway, I'm all about Cynthia Calvillo too. Same reasons as Manny said.
Yeah.
I think pretty much the chat looks like it. Surprisingly though, in the Capper comparison show, Nunes, she won. She won the majority. See that? Stat diggers. You know those guys, DFS and Wheezy. Bert
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
uh
So they're on
Ray
the
from
side of
MMA Fights
Nunes, huh?
podcast. Just
Huh.
Vlad and the MMA Guru are the only ones picking Calvillo in my Capper comparison show of five handicappers. 3 for Nunes, 2 for Calvillo. But I'm on the side of Calvillo as well. I don't care if she's been training with Emily Shitmeyer. At least she's been training. Where Nina Nunes has been pushing that baby carriage around.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. She does have Nunes has been hitting Taz with Tony Gravely wherever.
She might be getting knocked up again. She talked about having another kid. Like, seriously, man.
Who I know. Wonder who's the daddy of that? Is it just a random sperm bank thing, or how's that work? Did they pick the father?
Yeah,
That's interesting. I'm curious. That's interesting. Can they handpick like, I want good genes for this kid, and I'm birthing it. She probably wants to. I think you can. You can like go through a actual.
I mean, what?
If you have the money, you can handpick whose sperm you want. You can like pick physical specimens, like go through a book and be like, look at this guy. You totally can. That's not.
No,
that's
I
not
totally
fiction.
agree. I wonder.
If you have the
I
money,
wonder
you
if they
can
would
do that.
ever. I wonder if they would ever talk about that. In an interview. It's interesting.
I don't know. And try to get Nina Nunes on an interview.
Yeah, that's probably pretty tough.
I'm a horrible interviewer because I'll go right off topic and just be like, "What'd you have for breakfast today?" No shit, I like bacon too. But I'm just
you're hilarious, dude. No shit, I like bacon too.
But move up the card. Okay. Now we have the Michael Johnson versus Jamie Malarkey. Here we go. Good fight here. Michael Johnson comes in as the 2-1 underdog last time I checked, plus 200. Jamie Malarkey will have the age advantage here by, I think, 9 years. Yes, 9, right? 9 years. Yep. Jamie Malarkey's 27. Michael Johnson is 36. Not good there. But Michael the Menace Johnson, he's beaten the best and also lost to not the best. So it's just, you don't know which version you're going to get because he's beaten, he had probably the best victory over Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier has not taken a loss as bad as he lost to Michael Johnson since then. Even when Conor beat him, Michael Johnson beat him faster and better, knocked him out in round 1 in like a minute something.
Yeah.
Michael Johnson also beat Tony Ferguson, right? And Andre Feely's in that the GOAT, Artem Lobov, right? But then he's got losses to people like Stevie Ray and Clay Guida. So it's which one you're gonna get, But I will say he's training at Sanford. Definitely on his Instagram, he's got some crazy motivational, like somebody, I think some YouTube channel made a mini like a little movie type video of Michael Johnson and his and it's called Last Chance, and it starts out, I didn't watch the whole thing, saw highlights, and it starts out with like that Les Brown, the motivational speakers, him saying stuff like, I've been at the bottom of this, and I've seen the bottom of my life, that you can only go up from here and stuff. And Michael Johnson's like, 4 losses in a row, but it's time for the comeback. And the chat has like, I still want to be a fighter. I still want to be a contender and all this crap. I loved it. It sent chills through my body when I watched it. But he has definitely been training with like Herbert Burns, Danny Roberts, Hot Chocolate Danny Roberts from Sanford MMA. He's decent. It shows him with boxing coach, what's his name? Dieter Navarro, strength and conditioning coach, Jake Bonacci. So Michael Johnson's serious. He's ready. I think he might shock a lot of people here because Jamie Malarkey is a minus 235 favorite. Jamie Malarkey, ungiven nickname, the Hooligan. That's what his cappers are. Not his fans have been calling him Hooligan. He's coming off a loss to Jalen Tarantula Turner, but Jalen Turner has been looking great. You got to admit, Jalen Turner's looking like he's top 10 material for sure. Before that, he did beat Devontae Smith, punches round 2. He beat Kama Worthy. That's probably one of his best wins because he lost. He beat him TKO 46 seconds of round 1 against Dark Star, Kama Worthy, something like that. But then before that, he took losses to Petrosyan and Brad Rydell, both by unanimous decision. Jamie Malarkey will be the bigger guy here with 2 inches of height. Only half-inch reach. That don't mean shit. He does have some Instagram video of him training with the champ Alexander Volkanovski for whatever's that's worth. Out of the Australian camp, I think it's called Magnus Martial Arts or something. But I'm going to take the upset here. I think Michael Johnson's found his resurgence. He found his second grasp, his last chance, just like the video said, last chance. And he knows it's his last chance. So I think he's going to come out and fight like he did against Dustin Poirier or Andre Feely or Artem Lobov or one of the other, Tony Ferguson, one of those. I think he's finding that Michael Johnson, and that's why I'm going to take him for the plus money, big plus money upset. So we're going to check out. Go ahead, give your talk.
I love you, brother, but we're going to have to disagree on this pick. And I tell you what, it's not like a big disagreement. I do like Michael Johnson. He's had some impressive wins, but the days of him beating Dustin Poirier and guys like Tony Ferguson, that Michael Johnson, way in the rearview mirror. I think that Malarkey gets this fight into round 2 and 3, and then Michael Johnson is not really good at that point in the fight. Maybe even wins round 1. Michael Johnson's a good starter, sets a good pace early on, but not the most durable guy. And Malarkey is just a bit of a roughneck, kind of a wild cowboy. Maybe coming back a little too soon after his last knockout by the Tarantula, but he's a guy who could take a punch. I think he comes in here, he makes it ugly.
No, he did fight Brad Rydell, so come on. But he's like, is it me or Malarkey only fighting black guys? Oh, the chat's hilarious.
Yeah, he beat Devin Smith, right? But I mean, I like Malarkey here. Now, I don't love this price tag. It started like a minus, I think it opened around minus 150 to minus 160. Now it's like minus 225 to minus 230. I think the market's kind of hep to what's going on here. Michael Johnson's hard to predict. 36 years old, 8 years older, and he's more 8 years older than 9 years because Malarkey's 27 years old in 10 months, so he's about to be 28. So it's 8 years to age difference, but still, yeah, Michael Johnson's best days are behind him. And by the way, listen, we have so many fighters tonight on this card that with a loss will be creeping to right around that 500 mark. For example, Michael Johnson is 20 and 17. He drops a fight here, he falls to 20 and 18. You got Courtney Casey at 10 and 9. She drops to a fight here, she goes to 10 and 10. You got Nunes. Nunes is 10 and 7 overall. She drops a fight, she falls to 10 and 8. So we got a bunch of fighters here hovering around 500, and Michael Johnson is one of them. I like Malarkey to win the fight. He's one of my favorite picks to win. I like him to win the fight in round 2 or round 3 by TKO. I don't think the fight goes the distance.
What's up with Malarkey's eyebrows? How come they're blonde, but his hair, as you can clearly see, his hair is brown, but his eyebrows are like bleached or something.
What's
so
that
weird.
phrase? The drapes don't match the carpet or something? What?
Yeah, the carpet don't match the drapes. Shit. Come on, face it. Oh, you missed it. His eyebrows are so light, it don't even look like he has them. Let me go back.
That is weird. That is weird.
Isn't it? It is weird. Look. Hey,
I
no
thought he was
eyebrows.
More, I thought
I got him. You just can't see him.
I also thought he had lighter hair. I thought he had lighter hair. His head on his head, the hair on his head, looks a little bit darker than usual. Michael Johnson is just a weird character.
Yeah, Michael Johnson's ready to rumble. He's ready.
He's in good shape. Always in good shape.
I told you, he's found a resurgence. He knows he's old. He knows he's 36. He knows this is his last shot. He might, if he loses, he might leave his gloves in the ring. Hey, it's been a thing.
Here we go. It's been a thing. Here we go. You're right, dude. You're right. He's another one. And another one.
Oh, I gotta speed this up past the girls. But all right, so you're on Malarkey and I'm on Michael Johnson. The chat seems also to be kind of split. I did see a couple people talking about like Dev's on Michael Johnson all day. Dev's got a picture of him and Michael Johnson, which I think is pretty awesome. Dev always finds these pictures. He must go like and they're all in normal clothes, so he must go to like these events just to get some pictures
Stop.
with these guys, which I think is awesome. Jamie looks flat. Yeah, his face is flat. It's weird. He's such a weirdo.
His face is,
Isn't it? It's like a
moon
I don't
shape.
know. It's odd. I can't even place it. He looks like he should be part of the Addams family or the Munsters. Like that. Remember the butler from the Munsters? He looks kind of like he should be related to that guy.
His
you know what I'm talking
forehead,
about from the Munsters,
his forehead,
TV show.
dude. His forehead looks like he could be like Herman Munster's son. You're right. The
Yeah.
flat hair across the top. Jesus.
Michael Johnson, round 1 TKO.
If someone says that you look like you belong on the Munsters family or the Addams family, that is not a compliment to being a good-looking person. I just want to clarify.
Or someone says you bleach your eyebrows. Why do you do that? Why do you bleach your eyebrows? It's not a good look for you. Just leave them normal.
It's not a good look.
Okay. Anyway, let's move up the card. We'll agree to disagree on that.
Yes.
So, what's next on this? Moving up, we got.
I think we've got the best fight in the card. The best fight in the entire card.
People's main event. This is going to be fantastic. Jared Vandera taking on Chase the Vanilla Gorilla Sherman. Vanilla Gorilla. That's like the 4th Vanilla Gorilla in the UFC, I think. I definitely know there's Jason Witt is also Vanilla Gorilla. So I don't know. Interesting. Chase Sherman, his last fight, Alexander Romanov took on short notice. With that fight, he was cut before that fight. They brought him back and gave him a 4-fight deal just to take that fight. And rumor has it, where is he? MPTV said if you looked at his Instagram the night before the fight, he was out at the bar drinking, getting trashed the night before the fight. So that tells you Chase Sherman he's just in it for the money. And I looked at his Instagram. It has pictures of him driving around on his Harley. He is at Sanford MMA, and he's got a little video, like a montage played to music. But there's only snippets of him. It's showing all the other UFC guys from Sanford with just snippets of Chase Sherman. You know, it's just cringy, weird. Like he's just. I heard he's getting double pay too. 4-fight contract with double pay. This is his 2nd fight of 4. So even if he loses this, he's still got two more fights on his contract. Double pay, meaning he can lose them all and still get paid double what he was. That was his agreement to take that short notice against King Kong Romanov, because Romanov needed a short notice replacement. They're trying to build Romanov up to become a prospect, or not a prospect, a contender. They want Romanov in that talk about the top 5 heavyweights. Jared Vandera, on the other hand, I know he's coming off back-to-back 3 losses in a row, but to the guys that he lost to, Alexei Olenek by neck crank via scarf hold. They call him the bow constrictor for a reason, right? Before that, Andre Arlovsky, common opponent. Chase Sherman also lost to Andre Arlovsky. Before that, common opponent Alexander Romanov, ground and pound round 1, but Romanov did the same thing to Chase Sherman. Actually, he Americana, he submitted Chase Sherman, but still Romanov's a beast. Before that, Jared Vandera beat Justin Tafa. That sticks out to me. Chase Sherman's only win in his last 5 was against Ike Villanueva. But I forgot to mention, Chase Sherman, besides Alexander Romanov, lost to Fat Jake Collier. He lost to Parker Porter, and Andre in his last 5. Jared, I think, is a little bit better on the ground and on the feet. I think he's much more well-rounded than Chase Sherman. I don't think Chase Sherman's in it for the win it. I think he's in it for the cash, which he's already, as I mentioned, that 4-fight contract sticking out to me, double pay, win or lose. Come on, really? Where Jared Vandera is showing, his Instagram shows him training at Team Quest / Dan Henderson's athletic complex or whatever. It shows him training with Smiling Sam Alvey, of all people. I love seeing that. And he's training BJJ with 14th ranked in the world for Nogi, guy named Diego Vasquez. So, and also Jared Vandera coaching kids on BJJ. So he's in it. He's in it for the real deal. Chase Sherman riding his Harley, showing him at the beach, showing sunsets, showing his feet up, showing him the pool from the Vegas balcony, showing
just say it,
snippets
just say it. He's posing. Say it.
Yeah, he is. He's posing. He's being a poser. He's flexing because he's got that stupid, 4-fight contract, double pay. So I'm all over Jared Vandera here. I would say this might be my lock of the night. Jared Vandera, I hate to say it, he might be my lock of the night. So I don't know. What do you got to say about this fight, Manny?
Chase Sherman is the kind of guy where he's the last player on the rotation of a championship basketball team. Like, he never plays, doesn't get any playing time. But when they go out to celebrate the championship, he's the one partying the hardest. Like, people have to calm him down. He's acting like he made the last shot. That's who Chase Sherman is. He got this contract. He hasn't won a fight in however long. He's absolutely terrible. He's out here celebrating like he actually did something.
He did knock out Ike Villanueva, though. That's a Ike Villanueva, Ike. That's a decent win.
I guess. I mean, the guy has very little heart, doesn't fight very well when he has any kind of adversity, goes back to his corner, has a tendency to get down on himself. His cornermen have to pick him up emotionally. And he's doubting himself. Just seems to me like the kind of guy where he's easy to break mentally. Jared Vandera is the kind of guy who comes out the locker room looking like he already got punched a few times. He's already broke a sweat. He's kind of sloppy. His shorts are kind of hanging off of his hips. Doesn't have the most attractive looking physique overall, but he hits like a sledgehammer. He could take a decent punch. He's going to have a higher pace. He's a better natural heavyweight. Whereas with Chase Sherman, he's a guy who doesn't have much KO power, not a great grappler, will have a hard time getting up. Now, in the case of Vandera, he only averages 0.27 takedowns per 15 minutes, only about a quarter of a takedown per fight. But if he does get a takedown in this fight and he's on top of Sherman, we've saw what Sherman does when he's on the bottom. That's what Romanov did to him. Just laid on him, kept him down. So I like Jared Vandera a lot. I like him a lot that I parlayed him. I don't think I bet him straight up because the money line precludes me at minus 270-ish range. But I'm with you. I like Vandera to win the fight. And it just speaks to how much I don't like Chase Sherman. I mean, this is a reality, guys. Chase Sherman has been cut by the UFC already 2 times. This is his 3rd stint now with the UFC.
Look, these guys in the face-off, both of them look like they're not into it. They're just look at how lax both of them. Even Vandera when he comes out looking smart with his glasses, but look at him, we're gonna go with the flow here. They're keeping a big distance like it's COVID era. Come on, even Sean Shelby's like, you guys aren't ready closer. Come on, step up. Nope. That's as far as they get. And Vandera's got the glasses now. Is he the goth guy? Like he paints his toenails black and shit?
You mean Vandera?
Yeah, he is, for sure.
No, you know what it is? You know
Vandera,
what he is?
He's
kind of like a I would compare him more to Izzy, where he's like Adesanya. More like a kind of a weird, colorful type of character who embraces all kinds of weird shit.
Know what? His Instagram shows him. He went to an anime festival, like a Japanese cartoon thing, like a Comic-Con type deal. Something like that.
I got to tell you something that he looks like, and I think when you hear this, you might agree. He looks like the animal monster dude that was in the movie Goonies. Hey, you guys, Baby Ruth. With the ear.
Sloth?
Yeah. See, he looks like Sloth, dude. Take a look at Vandera.
Really. You know what Chase Sherman looks like? Stop right there. Cody from Blood Money MMA Bets. Cody, what are you doing fighting Jared Vandera? I said, go work on some Fords. Jesus. I'm just playing Cody. I love Cody, but for real, Chase Sherman does resemble him a little bit. You gotta admit that. It's just funny enough. But anyway,
Vandera, so yeah, we're both on Vandera, and I would tell most people that even though this is very low level heavyweights, this may be the toilet bowl, like the worst heavyweight comes out of this fight with the loss. And that's whatever. but we still get to see two big guys swinging and slugging, sweating, going at it. Someone probably gets finished. And a matter of fact, at minus 225 for the fight not going the distance, that's not great return. But if you want to parlay a piece of this fight that you want to just say, listen, I don't know what's going to happen, but it probably doesn't know the full distance, that's a good spot. I also like the fight not starting round 3. Check this out. The fight just not starting round 3 is minus 135. I think over the course of 10 minutes, something happens. Either Jared actually really does hurt Chase Sherman, or Sherman just is like, you know what, I had enough. I'm uncomfortable. I'm out of here. So that's minus 135 again for the fight just not starting round 3.
Cody, blood money MMA bets right there on the right. Chase Sherman. The resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so good. We're all on the side of Jared Vandera. I think pretty much the entire chat is too. I did see somebody said something about on the side of Chase Sherman, but I think that's just a one-off, or like I can't even find it now. But anyway, yeah, I'm all about Vandera. I think he's one of my more confident picks compared to a lot of these other fights are hard, man. This one's pretty easy for me. By the way, he's looking a lot. I don't know how they weighed in, but Vandera's looking a lot better than he did in the past. Like trimmer, like better physical shape. I think
less slothy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, less slothy.
Yeah, I also think he might give the submission too, because I told you on Instagram, he's given instructional videos on how to do savage arm bars. Well, the trick here is you got to pinch your knees together, twist the arm a little bit when you're sliding back. And I saw was like, look at you, Vandera, giving tips on how to give an arm bar.
And we mentioned before, Sherman has lost his last 2 fights.
Cody, he made bets if he took human growth hormone. Bingo, nailed it on the nose.
He did get busted.
Simple man, all those white people look alike.
Oh my god.
Reverse racism. Okay, hard to pick Chase. It sure is hard to pick Chase. Stay away from this value on Sherman, but why risk it? Exactly. But I do have Jared in a couple. I am going to take him by submission before the fight starts, but I got him in a couple parlays as well.
I mean, anyone looking.
Chase Sherman's also a D2 football player, championship football player.
Yeah, former offensive lineman from Delta State University. Yep. And that's a very good high level. Like that's Division II, but they're good enough they could be some Division I programs, like very high level, which surprises me because when I do the breakdown of him, I always mention that, but I also mention how it confuses me how a guy who played like a solid position where he's a team player, offensive lineman, don't touch the ball ever, top-notch team, national championship level, in the octagon, he's mentally very weak. Like he has these breakdowns. He has these moments where he'll be talking to the ref, talking to his corner. He won't be fighting. He'll be disengaged mentally. And so, yeah, I'm always worried about that. For him, he can like TKO himself mentally, basically, if that makes sense.
But a lot of football players don't transition well into the fight. Look at Eric Anders, who's the Dallas Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy.
Yeah, Greg. Terrible.
Yeah, these guys
terrible. He was a former Pro Bowler. He was a former Pro, and he was a former Pro Bowl level, like top level football player in the NFL, high level college football player, and he never did shit in the UFC. It was terrible.
Right. Eric Anders was on the Crimson Tide. Eric Anders was Alabama. He's got a national championship on his fireplace mantle, but it just doesn't translate very well when it comes to MMA. Just how it goes. So anyway, me and you were on the side of Jared Vandera. I think most of the chat is as well. Dev the Dude got Jared round 1 sub. That's a good. I got him by submission as well. I think he's going to use that.
I mean, Sherman has lost his last 2 fights.
By decision robbery. Thanks, Uncle Sal. Maybe this is a trap. It's a trap. Maybe, but I don't know. I'm siding with Vandera. Okay, so moving up the card, we're at the co-main event, right? No, not yet. We're at feature fight. Feature fight. Saeed Nurmagomedov taking on Douglas Silva de Andrade.
This
is going to be a low decent fight. This is going to be a good fight, even though Saeed is a pretty big favorite. I think he's 2-1 favorite, minus 225. That's what I have written down. I did a capper comparison thing. I just never filmed it. I never did a show, but I did the research. Just saying. So Saeed Nurmagomedov coming off good wins against Cody Stamann, 47 seconds of round 1, got him with a guillotine. You want to wrestle? We'll wrestle. Before that, because Cody Stamann's a wrestler. You know.
That was very well put, dude. That was funny.
Before that, did you kill it?
Come here.
Before that, he beat Mark Striegel. Mark Striegel, not that good. Before that, he lost to Heoni Barcelos, which is not a bad loss to take. He beat Ricardo Ramos. Body kick to punches, round 1. That's good. In his UFC debut, he beat Justin Scoggins, split decision. He trains out of Lions Fight Club in Brooklyn with Zaruk Adashev and coach Mark Henry, the world-renowned coach Mark Henry. When he was over back in Russia, he was part of the DAG fighters, but he is not related to Khabib. He is not part of like Umar and Khabib. He is not blood relation to the Nurmagomedovs that you know, but he does still have that same name. But it's really, there's no blood there. It's just coincidence, same Muslim background name. That's all.
Okay, but can I just clarify one thing though? Even though he has no blood relationship directly to Khabib Nurmagomedov, he is the blood relative via cousin to Umar Nurmagomedov. And you're probably asking, well, how's that possible? If you just think about it carefully, he can be cousins with somebody who is, and then also not be directly related in blood to Khabib. So
yeah, I got you. I know how family trees are set up. So
he also did some training with that whole crew. He also trained with that whole crew a little bit.
Oh yeah, like I said, when he was in Russia, he was part of the DAG fighter facility. But you know what? He's not much. He's better on his feet than he is on the ground. As like Khabib and all them, they're DAG wrestlers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saeed training with Zaruk Adashev in Brooklyn. Lions Fight Club is out of Brooklyn. They also have a place in Coney Island. But he's taking on Douglas Silva de Andrade, 7 years older at 37. Douglas de Silva de Andrade he's got some good wins. He stopped the Sergey Morozov, the hot prospect, Russian prospect, by rear naked choke in round 2. That was a fantastic win for de Andrade. I had picked against him, lost money there. Before that, he beat Gaetano Perello, KO, round 1, looked good. Lerone Murphy did beat de Andrade by unanimous decision. He beat Renan Barrio. Is it Barrio? Yeah, by unanimous decision. And he lost to Piotr Jan by corner stoppage round 2. So Douglas de Silva de Andrade, what a long name. He's not, he's good. He's good, but I think at bantamweight, 135, you can't be over 35 years old. You can't. And still, the Saeed Nurmagomedov is going to be so much faster on the feet. And, Saeed called out Sean Mosley before, or Sugar Sean, not Mosley.
Going back to your boxing.
Sugar
days,
Show.
O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley. He called out Sean O'Malley, and Sean O'Malley pretty much said no. He just ignored it. But if you go to Saeed's Instagram page, a lot of the crap's in Russian, but he does have a post in there that says, here's my tweet, here's my text or something to O'Malley. O'Malley, no response. And talking about when he called, he's like, I'll fight you. And O'Malley's like, or he said something like, but O'Malley's too busy getting his hair colored pink. Something like that. Yeah. And interesting. Probably. But Saeed, I think, is going to win this. I'm pretty confident. I don't like the minus 250 line on him, but still.
It's minus 320. It's minus 320 now. Minus 320.
Minus 320. Wow. This is one of my locks. Just I did see.
It's also correction. Minus 360 now.
Wow.
Yeah,
so this is one of my locks, but as you know, there's it's a fight, and I suppose there is a fighter's chance for the Silva de Andrade, but
well, let me make the argument. Let me make the argument for Douglas Silva de Andrade. All these names, he's the kind of guy where if you look at the Morozov fight, he just simply dragged the fight a little bit later. He got hurt in round 1, but he dragged it a little bit later on. made it a little bit ugly, ends up, getting the win. He's the kind of guy where at 37, his best days probably athletically are behind him. He looks so small right now. That's hilarious. The face off.
Look at how tense
he looks
up
scared.
he is.
He looks
Look,
scared. He looks he's like
he's so tense. He's so tense, whereas in Saeed is just relaxed, like, okay, brother, I wrecked you, I smashed you. But Andrade's just like he's trying to flex every, and you can even see after he's done flexing, he relaxes a little bit, and you can see the muscle tone just like smooth out.
I mean, I heard some good cappers out there talking also about the difficulty in the weight cut. He's getting older. You can see his face is quite sucked in. I mean, he's in good looking shape.
Oh yeah.
But at 37, the body just doesn't recover as fast. You can't put the weight back on as easy overnight. The hydration, all that stuff just becomes more difficult. I think the 7-year age difference is going to be a big factor. Saeed's going to have a reach advantage as well. It's too big to play it straight up. You may want to parlay it as one of your most confident parlays in this entire card. But I think Saeed Nurmagomedov can fight an okay fight, not even his best fight, and still have a win here. Douglas Andrade would have to fight an amazing fight and even also have a little bit of luck to win this fight. So for me, it's a very confident pick. I like Saeed Nurmagomedov, but with the name, the market, everyone's kind of jumped on him. Everyone's on him. I'm sure every single person out there is on him. I did, though, hear again a few cappers say, look, Andrade is tough. The Morozov fight, interesting. Could he take it to round 2, round 3, be a pain in the ass, do some lower leg kicks, disrupt some things for Saeed? Yeah, he can, but Saeed should win the fight.
Yeah, I agree. Douglas DeAndre, like you said earlier about Michael Johnson, same thing. Best days are definitely behind him. And the thing is, I don't know if it's just the talent right now. It's just not the physical talents. Saeed, as you can see, has the height and reach advantage, and it says only an inch on Tapology, but look, you can clearly see it's more. It's definitely more than an inch.
That's probably 3 or 4 inches.
Andrade's shrimping down a little bit because he's all tensed up and everything.
So tense.
I don't. Not a good look right there for him. Not a good look.
Looks like somebody. He looks like somebody just tased him. Like. Even his wrist is flexing. He's like, ah.
Oh, see, even Nick Alexander's even verifying what I said about he called out Sean Sugar, the girl, and Sugar didn't accept the fight because he knows Sugar's smart. He knows he'll catch an L if he fights Saeed Nurmagomedov.
It's not about that.
Saeed KOs in round 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Morozov is shit and almost KO'd him.
He did almost finish him. Yeah, in that first round, Morozov definitely hurt him.
Oh, you're right. Yes, you're right.
And then Andrade comes back from that. I think look, if you're going to make an argument for Andrade to win, you got to look at that and say there's still some durability there. Maybe he could take a punch or two. But this is a good point by Noah Allen. Morozov is not as good as Saeed Nurmagomedov. He's not. So, MMA math there should suggest here this should be an easy path to victory for Saeed Nurmagomedov. Easy. Morozov is shit and almost KO'd him. That's hilarious. Just keeping it 100 over here, no Allen.
I want to find something real. Oh, look at this picture. I'm going to share the screen right here. Okay. Let me come and remove. Watch this picture. Hold on. Let's see. Stop screen. I'm going to share. I want to share something real quick from Saeed Nurmagomedov's page. Okay. Look at this is right of look at De Andrade in that picture. I think that's his victory over Morozov. Look at his face is just battered in that. it's so cool. And this is right off Saeed Nurmagomedov's page. Like, look at me, my victory. Look at this guy. I don't know what that says in Russian, whereas his comments, but I bet you it's saying something to what I just said. Something very similar.
It's probably something just like that. Like, we both won the fight, but
yeah. Anyway, I had to show that because I remember when I was looking at their Instagrams, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I saw that picture of Douglas De Andrade looking like, even though he came out the victory, beat up bad.
Yeah, he took some punches.
Anyway, So let's move up to the co-main event. Kyle
Yes.
Bohel. How do you say it? Bohelo?
I think it's
The R's are
Borai.
silent, right?
It's
Kyle
you
Bohelo.
roll. I guess you can. Borello.
Burrell, you say it right. Yeah, Burrell. I don't know. Eddie, the nerd, the natural,
Just call him
Kyle
Chow. Chow. His first name is
Burrell
Chow.
Bohelo.
First name is
Taking
Chow.
on what? Chow?
His
That's how
first
you
name.
spell Chow in Italian.
Yeah, just
But I
call him
think
Chow.
everybody, all the cappers, have been saying Kyle Borello.
I call him Chow. I'm
And
probably
he's
way
not
outside the
Italian;
line.
he's Brazilian, so that's why I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
Taking on Armin Petrosyan, Superman. But I thought Ryan Spann was Superman, but I guess Armin Petrosyan also Superman. They should fight for the name, right? Ryan Spann, I think, isn't he heavyweight or light heavyweight or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
He's
I
in.
think he's light heavyweight.
He's light. He's light heavyweight. He's in the Albies division. Yeah, same Albie.
So they should have a Superman versus Superman, but somebody's going to have to go up or down in weight class. Anyway, regardless, Kyle Borello 11-1, and his one loss was back in like 2015, I want to say, against somebody I've never heard of, but still, it was a while ago. So it doesn't. I think everything before 2016 doesn't really even count because people have changed their entire personality in that amount of years, right?
Yep.
And their whole method of how physically everything changes since that time. Kyle's coming off his UFC debut win over Gadziev. Oh my Gadziev.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Gadziev. Before that, he was in the Contender Series where he beat Jesse Murray, strikes round 1, good one. He also had a Contender Series win against Aaron Jeffries where he used a lot of wrestling, got the unanimous decision, but he didn't get the invite to the UFC after that victory. It's weird. He should have, but he didn't. Before that, he was a champ over at Future FC. That is a Brazilian regional scene where he beat Vildemar Santos for the championships, middleweight championships over there. He trains out of Fighting Nerds in Brazil. 4-inch reach advantage. I think they just call him Fighting Nerds because he wears glasses. Because I don't know many nerds with a big neck tattoo that says Free Spirit. That's just weird. But whatever. And he's got a tattoo on his arm and it says Fight or Die. He's got all these American tattoos, but his Instagram, everything, he's Portuguese. I can't even understand a single word he's saying. Everything's written in Portuguese. It's weird. But his tattoos definitely are English. Arm Petrosyan had that split decision win over Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez, and I lost money because Gregory Rodriguez was one of my unranked contender picks. Like I thought he was going to go far, but Petrosyan split decision. What are you going to do? And you can argue both ways for both fighters, but that was the UFC debut. Before that, he was in the Contender Series where he beat this dude by head kick to ground strikes in round 1. That was pretty impressive. And before that, he was fighting out of Russia against a whole bunch of different Russians. None of the names look familiar, but they were all, get this, knockouts. 15 seconds of round 1 against Alexander Zemlikov. Before that, he punches round 1 against Hassan Yousefi and body kick round 2 over Dmitry Minikov. So beating the shit out of people over in Russia. Despite Bohelo's got the 4-inch reach advantage, Petrosyan's got a 4-inch height advantage, which is just blows my mind. How's one guy got 4 inches longer reach? Tapology's got to be messed up. I don't know what's going on there. But Armin, the Armenian-born Russian, I think he lives in Romania now. That's where.
Do you have the face-off to put up for this fight?
I do.
Yeah.
Let me.
You mentioned the size. That's why I was thinking. As talking about size.
Yeah, I'm gonna. And I don't even remember what it looked like. I did look at him, but I do remember a little bit. Varela got right in his face in this. So let me play these guys out. And
so much bigger.
You can see, Varela ran up. That's what he. I remember he ran up with a bunch of like the quickness. After Petrosyan comes out first, and then Varela like sprints up there, like height, like ready.
Not a nerd.
Right. Look. Oh, there he is. Quick gallop.
Oh.
Quick gallop up there. Got
They're
the
the
got the
same
nerd
height.
glasses on. She's going with that little gimmick still. I'm a nerd.
They're
I
about
got
this.
glasses.
They're
He's
about the
got
same
a
height, but he's got longer arms.
oh, he's look another guy with a paragraph on his ribs. I don't know. That's probably that might be in Portuguese. I don't I kind of in this case I am gonna take Baralho, but I mean they're pretty. What's that? It? Oh, he's got like a ear thing, like think he's listening to music in there. I don't know, or he's listening to like math equations because he's a nerd. What's going on with this earpiece?
Oh
but
my god!
but this
Yeah.
is going to be a banger of a fight. Look, for a
Um,
smart guy, you're going the wrong way, dummy.
dummy.
For a nerd, get it right. But anyway, interesting face off. I'm all over Kyle Barello. I just think he's
Okay.
better anywhere it goes. I'm high on the guy. I do like him. I
Let
think he's a good
me
fighter.
let me give
Yeah,
just some food for thought here on both guys.
go
I
ahead.
think that they're very evenly matched. Like if you're just watching these guys for the first time, you might think that Armand Petrosyan is like much older or something, but he's not. They're about the same age, only 2 years apart. They both came through Dana White Contender Series last year. So they're both kind of like in the same point of their careers. Similar records, 12 fights for Barallo and 8 fights for Armand Petrosyan. So a lot of similarities, and they're both very good strikers. The advantages for Kaio or Chow is on the ground submissions, very good in that area. For Armand Petrosyan, an advantage for him is he could take a damn punch. When he fought against Rodriguez, he took some pretty big punches and he took them well. Now, at times, he'll stay in the pocket and trade. That's where he can be a little sloppy. I think over the course of 3 rounds, it's going to be really close. I like Barella to win, but the money line is kind of been kicked around at minus 225 now. There's not a lot of value there. But I like him to win the fight. Now, some props to consider. Here's a few that I like a lot. A round 3 submission by Barallo is plus 2,200. My thinking is that if you look at the way Armand Petrosyan fought against Rodriguez, like most fighters in a high-paced fight, he started to slow down. Barello's the type of guy where he'll get you in a body lock. He'll look for submissions, but he won't rush it. He'll keep you there. You get frustrated over time. You make a mistake. So that round 3 prop for a submission win for Barello is plus 2,200. The fight starting round 2 is minus 280. The fight starting round 3 is minus 110. And the fight ending in round 1 is plus 300. So just some different things I'm thinking about. I think the fight at some point could see some danger. We could see a close finish at some point, but I'm also not surprised if it goes the full distance. I don't have a great read in this fight. I think it's super close. Armand Petrosyan won by split decision against Rodriguez. I could see him squeezing out something crazy here too. Barello is very young. Now, what's to like about Barello? Amazing striking, very athletic, great knees, great everything. The guy could fight in the feet, could fight in the ground, very athletic, great cardio. Seems to be like just, kind of, touching the tip of the iceberg, right, with this guy's potential. So that's why the money line's a little bit juiced. People like him. He's got a lot of potential, but Petrosyan's pretty good too. I'm sure Petrosyan will be one of the favorite dogs in this card for most people when they're talking about this full card. He's got some potential here to win, so he's a live dog, but I like Chow Barello.
Yeah, Petrosyan, I'm looking at his Instagram right now because I didn't really get a chance to look at it. He's training on American Top Team. That's a good move there. And Petrosyan is live though. I mean, don't count him out because he's definitely got the good Muay Thai background. That's just looking at his Instagram. He's got his he might be it doesn't know he's not like what are they called, Master of Sport, but he is a Russian champion. He's got
Mm-hmm.
the World Championship Cup of Russia. I don't know what that is. Cup of Russia. He's
Sounds good.
managed by Sucker Punch Entertainment, which is they're good. I don't know. Petrosyan, he's game. He's game. He's definitely got. Oh, look, he's got a photo of him with Khabib and no, never mind. Just a Khabib lookalike. Never mind. But definitely has that Russian, Armenian, Dagestani background. I'm looking at a picture right now.
And he also
But
went over there and like did training in Dagestan. Now I'm not sure how recent, but back over the last few years, he's actually gone there and like stayed there, train and just to sharpen up his wrestling. So he's serious about his wrestling game.
absolutely. So let me catch up with the chat. About betters on Petrosyan. Good, great price on Petro. Not here.
Mhm.
Petro here is like $5 a gallon. But anyway, right? Am I right? It's like $4.96 or something.
It's about $5. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Good get up game for Petrosyan. Dude brings it. Kyle gasses with the glasses. Petrosyan counter jiu-jitsu is excellent.
So
I
he
think
mentioned
a decision either way. Maybe we should just play the decision.
Like Dev mentioned decision too, and someone else just mentioned Petrosyan by decision. Petrosyan by decision is plus 600. And it's like, if that were to happen, yeah, exactly. If that were to happen, you would not be surprised at all. It's not a 5-round fight. It's a 3-round fight. I don't believe either guy has amazing finishing ability or amazing.
What's regular just the fight go? What's the over 2.5 on it?
Let me look that up for you, sir. Give me 1 second. The fight going over 2.5 rounds is plus 114. So getting even
plus what? Plus money?
Plus
decision. I think both these dudes are durable.
The fight going over 2.5 rounds. How about this? The fight going over 1.5 rounds is minus 175. The fight going to decision is plus 130. So I mean, I think the fight does go at least to like round 3 or so, right? These guys are evenly matched. Good cardio.
Yeah.
Very young.
31, 29. Yeah, they're in the younger. They're right in their the prime. They're in the prime.
And if you watch the last fight with
Armand line of condoms, Petrosyan man.
You guys are so clever. VCR repairman. That's 2 for 2 for you tonight, dude. Very good. He's the one who earlier
Petrosyan
said,
might get another gift from the judges. People. He could see that. It could be a trap. It's a trap. Yeah, plus 160 or what's the latest line? Let's look at that.
The latest line we have here now is
plus 195. Petrosyan plus 195. You got to be kidding me.
It's just calling out some of the other books as well. It's plus 200 on DraftKings, BetMGM, Caesars, BetRivers, FanDuel's got it at plus 190. So yeah, it's moved. Even here's the thing: if you watch the highlights and you watch the typical people who talk about fights, they're going to be like Kyle Barello, whatever, blah 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 blah, the fighting nerd, and they're going to just look over Petrosyan. Petrosyan took the best shots from Rodriguez. What that tells me is that even if Barello were to hit him very hard, he's kind of checked that box. The dude's got a chin. So I mean, it's going to be a tough fight for Barello. He's going to have to either submit him or control him for the course of 2 or 3 rounds. Otherwise, Petrosyan could throw heat. He throws volume. He moves on good on his feet. He circles. As I'm talking about this, I'm convincing myself that Armand Petrosyan may be maybe 1 or 2 best dogs in this entire card to talk about.
There he is in Dagestan with his all the other Daggy people, the Makashkala. Look at that one guy, right? Looks the Khabib lookalike, the third from the left. Khabib, that's not Khabib. Just looks like him. They all have that look, though. Am I lying? No,
you're not.
Anyway, I just wanted to point that out there. Kyle Barello, he most of his shit is model picks, but a lot of them are training model picks, but only shows him training. Because fighting nerds, he's the only UFC fighter out of that place, only professional fighter out of that place. The rest are legit nerds. They're not even maybe jungle fights. I don't know. I don't know who else comes out of that gym. Odds nerds are weird. Yeah. I got him at plus 185. Yeah, well, BetOnline has a plus 195 for Petrosyan. Lines make no sense. Yeah, this should be way even. I don't like Barello at minus 200 for sure. RoboCop, worst fight IQ. He made Petrosyan look amazing, give him the fight he wanted to, in my opinion. RoboCop did have horrible fight IQ there. And it went to a split decision, but Petrosyan won. I lost money there. Still has no wrestling. Is that Petrosyan has no wrestling? He counter grapples. The line is perfect based on their last bouts. Yeah, recency bias. Chow beat. Oh my Godziev.
Oh my Godziev.
Oh my Godziev. Godziev. All right. We'll just take down the dude. He does just kind of 30. I like stats, Nick Alexander. 37% takedown defense for Armin. That's not good. If that's legit, that's not good.
Not good at all.
Uses his wrestling to get back up to his feet. RoboCop BJJ doesn't translate well in MMA. Can't hold down anyone. Yeah, this is a close fight. I'm gonna stick with my original pick in Varela, but I can see I might even sprinkle that decision, like you said, it was plus 600. I might see that.
Yeah, right.
You got a shout from Eddie Rodriguez. Did you see Varela's scrambles versus Godzi? I did. I remember watching that fight. Varela's got I don't know. He's got that Carlos Oberg handsomeness to him too. You know.
What's up, Eddie? I owe you a message,
Kyle.
Eddie. Haven't forgot about you, homie.
Petrosyan got taken down by that scrub on Contender Series, then got back up. Was it the Kaloyan Kolev? That guy? Yeah, it had to be. That's his only Contender Series
Kolev,
fight. But he got a head kick to ground strikes round 1 for Armin. Good there. All right, Dirty Reg. Good night, buddy. Good night. Good luck tomorrow if you're making any bets. Even if you're not, good luck on your picks. Maybe Dave will get you a second almost t-shirt. I don't know. No, for real. Dave will take care of you. He's good about getting t-shirts to the Tapology winners, and you did win 2 weeks ago, so good on you. Varela is a beast. Correct.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to our main event. We've got RDA, Rafael dos Anjos, 37 years old. Big age difference here.
Yep.
It's a Rafael dos Anjos against Rafael Fiziev. Yeah, R for Fiziev. You pronounce the R for Rafael, and H if you're saying for dos Anjos. So Rafael dos Anjos, 37 years old, double-digit losses, not good. 31 and 13. Bump, bump, bump. But in his defense, he's been a pro since 2004. He's been a UFC pro since 2008. So the dude, 31 and 13, if you think about it in that respect, he's been fighting since 2004 as a professional, 2008 as a UFC guy. Yeah, so that's good reason why he's double-digit losses. And if you look at his last 5, those losses, not bad guys. Listen to this. Most recently, he beat Renato Moicano, unanimous decision. Before that, split decision win over Paul Felder. That's a good win. He did lose to Michael Chiesa. Before that, he lost to Leon Edwards. And he's got a win, arm triangle over Kevin Lee, round 4. So that was a 5-round fight. Rafael Fiziev, has he even been to a 5-round fight? I don't think he's been in one, has he? I don't think so.
No, he's not.
Ataman, Rafael Fiziev, only 1 loss, and that was way back his UFC debut where he got spinning back kick from Magomed Mustafayev, round 1. That was his UFC debut. Since then, though, his past 5, he's been on a streak. He's obviously 11-1. He's been on a little tear. He beat most recently Brad Riddell by a wheel kick in round 3. Fantastic. I was all over Fiziev in that fight. Brad Riddell, he's not as good as he's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He slowed down a lot. He started off like 3-4-0 in the UFC, and now he's back-to-back losses. Definitely,
right.
Yeah.
And before that, though, he had a win against Bobby Green, and that Bobby Green won round 3, and a lot of people saying Bobby Green was kind of shafted in that, but I don't know about that. I think Fiziev definitely beat him, but Bobby Green did give him a good fight. Before that, he beat Renato Moicano. That's a common opponent. They both beat him. Fiziev ended up getting him, knock him out. Left hook, round 1, where RDA went to decision with him. Prior to that, Mark Diakese, unanimous decision, and Alex White, unanimous decision. Fiziev is the striking coach at Tiger Muay Thai.
Yes,
RDA
he took the job from
Kings.
Riddell. Brad Riddell was actually the former head coach for Muay Thai there, and when he left,
right, and but then he went to City Kickboxing.
Yes.
Now Brad Riddell is now one of the striking coaches at City Kickboxing, and Fiziev took his spot as coach. RDA trains out of Kings MMA over in California. So This is an interesting fight. Fiziev is a 2-1 favorite here, and rightfully so. If it stays on the feet, it's Fiziev all day. But you know what? Sneaky RDA. If it goes to the ground, RDA's got the upper hand. Rafael Fiziev is not that great of a wrestler slash grappler. You know, he's a striking phenom, but
Yes.
if RDA can get it to the ground, I think he can upset here. I think he might be able to pull off a victory here. And I've seen Fiziev his cardio start to fade in like round 3, where this is a 5-round fight. How's he going to look come round 4? If
So
it, when it gets to championship rounds,
let's also look at something. Yeah, there's some things here. Number one, you mentioned the 5-round thing. So I heard this also from probably like Cody Saptic, some other very good cappers mentioning that Fiziev has not been to 5 rounds. We've seen Rafael dos Anjos recently in 5 rounds. That's a question mark. If we've seen Fiziev get tired in round 3 or 4 in other fights, right? Then what is it going to look like in round 5? It's not going to be any better for him, right? It's going to be tougher. So
right.
You got to give the edge there to Dos Anjos from the standpoint that he's been there before. He has the championship rounds experience. He showed that even recently. Now, at the age of 37, there's a great argument to say that, look, at what, 8 years the senior of Fiziev, that at some point, at any point, you can't see it. Father Time comes a calling and he has a problem in his cardio. You know, he has just an issue overall, but recently has fought well. Now, if you want to be picky, though, about his last fight, where he beat the hell out of Mochiano, in round 5, he does let the guy come back into the fight, and in round 5 showed a little bit of a, I guess, dwindling of the gas tank. Now, look, in his defense, 37 years old, round 5, tough fight, a lot of output. He had basically hit that kid with everything but the kitchen sink, so he did kind of get tired from hitting the guy from so much. But if this fight gets late, it's like cardio-wise, I can't imagine Fiziev being the much fresher guy, new chart of territory. So I give the edge there to Dos Anjos, and that might matter here. For Fiziev, I think he does win the fight, though, on points. I think he lands the harder, more noticeable shots, the body kicks. I think he's sharper in rounds 1, 2, and 3. I think he wins those rounds going away. It's when we get late in the fight, things might get a little bit hairy. And if you're right, if the fight gets to the ground, RDA all day, every day. This guy's a 2003, 2004 world jiu-jitsu champion. The dude has some credentials. He's got like a 4th degree, 5th, 7th, 8th, I don't know, 9th degree black belt in jiu-jitsu. That's his wheelhouse. He knows his way around the ground. For Fiziev, he's a striking guy. He started off as striking when he was younger. He's been a striking guy his whole career. And for wrestling, grappling, he's kind of like a guy like Peter Yan. Look at Peter Yan. People think about Peter Yan like, oh, he's an amazing wrestler. Look what happened. He lost his belt in essence because he got grappled by a guy who's just better at grappling.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? Same kind of thing for me in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. And just look at, I'm gonna fade Fiziev because he's wearing his clothes up there. Not showing his bare chest. He got the stupid hat. Fiziev has a 95% takedown defense. Is that true?
Yeah, he does. He's got very good takedown defense.
Overrated because he looks like the main character from the Vikings. Yeah, from the show Vikings. He does look a lot like that guy too. Are they a master of 5 rounds? Fiziev never been 5 rounds. That bingo, Nick Alexander. Bingo. That's why I'm about it too. Like somebody earlier said, if this was a 3-round fight, right here, Nick Alexander again. If this 3 rounds, take Fiziev, but 5 rounds, RDA. Absolutely. I'm going with that as well. The capper comparison show that I didn't do. I did do the thing though. Everybody was split. Like Fight Night Pick Brothers, Craig and Matt both split. Matt's taking Fiziev. Craig, the older brother, taking RDA. We want picks. That's Angelo and Jacob. Jacob taking Fiziev. Angelo, RDA. Perfect parlay pursuit. Those 3 guys. Dan and Luke on Fiziev. Alex, RDA. Dog or Pass podcast. Cody Saftik on Fiziev. Paul Shaughnessy, RDA. So everybody split. All the duos and all the capper duos, each one of them split on this fight. Crazy, right? But I'm gonna go like Noah said, or Nick Alexander said, if this is 5 rounds, and I think RDA might be able to edge out the 5 rounds. I'm gonna take RDA by decision. I think Fiziev's his cardio is gonna fade. And Dev Fiziev is a lock. Round 3 TKO all day. Lock of the night Fiziev. That was quick with the locks of the night though.
So Fiziev, I'm sorry, Dos Anjos by decision is plus 380.
Ooh, that's nice.
On
That's my
DraftKings.
play too.
Yeah.
RDA was slowing down versus Moicano. Moicano almost came back. Fiziev KO'd
he was, but here's my argument about that. So like I was looking at that fight the same way, that in round 5 it appeared that RDA was slowing down and that Moicano was getting the momentum. But you can argue that at that point he had just thrown so much. He had hit Moicano with so much. He really had beaten this kid to a pulp. Some people even said that maybe he was kind of like feeling bad for the kid, like he didn't want to kill him, because everyone else that night was signing up to kill Moicano. The referee, his fucking corner, anyone could have stopped it, but no one was stopping the fight.
Look, 95% takedown against all strikers. Let's see. Let's look at.
Ooh, we're going deeper into the numbers, Nick. Going deeper.
Yeah, that you might be onto something. Just look. Yeah, Brad Rydell's he's not going to try to take him down. Bobby Green's a striker. Hanato Moicano, striker, with the BJJ black belt though. Mark Diakase, definitely a striker. He's a British guy, right? All those Brits are strikers. Alex White, I don't even know who that is. I can't. As soon as I see Alex White, I think of Alex Morono because his nickname's
he's no longer
White.
in the UFC. Alex White is no longer in the UFC.
No wonder. Bout Better. He's on RDA as well.
I mean, smart money's probably on the plus money here because RDA is not over the hill yet. Not yet.
Right.
44 total fights. Jeez. He has some like
big
records
speed
too.
Advantage. Big speed advantage. But I don't see RDA getting knocked out. And if you look at his last 5, he lost to Chiesa because Chiesa's a wrestler. Leon Edwards, isn't he like well-rounded, Leon Edwards? Or is he? Yeah, he's well-rounded. He's got wrestling background, doesn't he? Leon Edwards?
Yeah, of course.
So it looks like RDA's last 5, he's only lost to wrestlers, which Rafael Fiziev is not.
So just some other numbers to consider on Dos Anjos. He's tied for the most wins in UFC history with 20. He has registered the second most total fight time ever in UFC history with 7 hours and 33 minutes and 11 seconds. So the dude, like, he's low key got some amazing credentials in the UFC. He's a former UFC lightweight champion. If people forgot about that, he got that back in 2015 at UFC 185. And again, he's by no means over the hill. If you're looking for a dog on the card, the main event one's got right here.
Gerald Lynch said, look at the props for RDA to win in rounds 4 or 5. What are they? They're big money. They're like plus 1,200, 1,000, right?
I'm going to look for this right here. What do we got? Anjos wins in round 4 is plus 2,800.
Holy shit.
And if he wins in round 5, it's plus 3,500. Wow, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, he just tipped us off to something.
If you got balls, you can make bank on that.
Yeah, but even if you just want to put 15, 20 bucks on it, it's you're not going to kill yourself, but you have to choose the round or maybe just play them both. But man, plus 2,800. He's got a point here. If you believe in what we're talking about as a potential issue for Fiziev, that he may slow down. Yeah. And that's any kind of finish. That's, by the way, that's not submission or TKO. It's just any kind of finish by Anjos. If he wins in round 4, it's plus 2,800.
Look at RD's got those Malarkey eyebrows, except his are black. He's got the same thing going on with Malarkey. Like you can't see his eyebrows. That's weird. You got he could also be part of the Herman Munster family. Weird.
Yeah, I see it.
he's like Malarkey's other side of the world cousin. Oh, look at where is his eyebrows? Where are those things?
Oh, I'm taking a note of that there. I mean, I really appreciate the information that everyone shares in this like little chat here. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, take a sprinkle on it. Why not? Just to have some fun with it.
Yeah, look at Fiziev got that cheesy smile. What is going on? Why he couldn't take off his coat and his hat for his face-offs? You got to show. He should show like his physique.
That's part of what the whole thing is, right? Yeah.
Right.
That's a good point,
Fiziev
Nick
round
Alexander.
3.
You watch Fiziev
RDA's
death gas
hungry.
late.
What? Scars are
Nick
the reason for
Alexander.
those eyebrows. Oh, okay, probably. He's scarred up. Gotta be.
That's a good point, Nick Alexander. You're very sharp, dude. He has pulled out of this fight
Yes,
several times.
that is a touche. That's a good point. RDA is faded. I like this though. Fiziev has pulled out of this fight twice. I did not know that information. Yeah. Good. So yeah, are we both on Fiziev or RDA here on Rafael dos
No,
Anjos?
I'm choosing formally. My choice is Fiziev to win the fight. I think he does win the fight. I think it's super close, but from a betting perspective, like I'm not going to be like I'm not parlaying him. I've heard people say they have a lot of confidence in Fiziev going to parlay him. No, absolutely not. I'm not going to bet him straight up either. I'm going to look at some props very closely. I like the props that someone just mentioned, that round 4, round 5 for Dos Anjos, but I'm going to find some props I like. The fight not going the full distance is plus 110. I locked that in early this week. I might even play it again. I might even parlay it. I like it so much. That's even money for the fight just simply not going the full 5 rounds. And, whoever you like the most, I mean, it covers you both ways. But I do like Fiziev. I think he wins the fight.
What'd you say that last statement again?
I was just saying I like Fiziev. That's my choice to win.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was on him in the beginning, but now that I pulled up the whole ground game, and you even said he's a black belt, RDA, right?
Yeah, 4th
BJJ
degree
world champion, isn't he?
Yeah, former BJJ world champion.
And but Rafael Fiziev is striking coach at Tiger Muay Thai. Interesting. Nick Alexander stealing all my stuff. Seeing RDA get dusted by Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez was once a good fighter.
Once upon a time.
I said, RDA's been doing this for a long ass time. Long time. 2008 as a UFC pro. By Clock Radio, he buys Clock's radios. That's awesome.
It's really funny.
Okay.
It's really good. You guys are hilarious.
It's time for us to make our 3 confident pick parlay. Okay. So I'm going to start from the beginning on this Tapology printout I have, and we're going to see what similar fights I'm going to circle. So you're on first fight. You're on cock. You like the cock, the Kakhramonov, right? I'm on Ronnie Lawrence. You like the cock. Then we're are we both do you like Carl Roberson, or we're both on Kennedy, right?
We're both on Kennedy. In my breakdown video that I did earlier that I put on my channel, I actually did choose Carl Roberson, but I'm changing now. I'm on Kennedy. He's just so much bigger.
Okay, but you're not. We're both heavy on David Onama, but so is the rest of the world, and he's so chalky. He's the biggest line on the card, not worth it. No value in that. So we're definitely not using him. And as a matter of fact, I put a sprinkle on Garrett Armfield because if he goes to his wrestling, he's got the advantage there. Then you're on Tresean Gore, and I'm on Cody Brundage.
Close.
So we're split there. We're both taking Antonina Shevchenko, but man, I hate like putting girls in these parlays.
I was gonna say I like her a lot, though. We might have to come back to this one.
All right. Well, it might have to be if we don't find other. Yeah. We're both taking Pretty Ricky. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both on Ricky Tercios, and he's a decent. I think he's not that huge of a favorite. Maybe minus 200, maybe.
Yeah. No, he's probably going to be one of our pieces. We could say that he's.
We're both on Cynthia Calvillo. Now that I like that more than the Antonina Courtney Casey one. I like Calvillo to be
really
Nunes.
Interesting. Okay.
Now you like no eyebrows Malarkey, and I like Michael Johnson. So we're split on that one. We both like Jared Vandera.
I think we got to throw him in there. Yeah.
We might have to do that. But man, the line moved so much. He's like 2-1 favorite now, which is unreal. We both like Saeed, but he's over 2-1. He's like minus 3 something now, right?
Yeah, minus 360.
You like Petrosyan or Varela? You like Varela too, but that's not.
I like Varela. Yeah, it's not confident. It's minus 220 something too, so it's getting up there.
I know, and I don't like that the line there. And finally, we're split. You're taking Fiziev. I do like Fiziev, but I'm taking RDA. Just I think he might. He's got. He's such a vet. He got the veteran knowledge. I think he knows to get this to win this fight. He's got to get it to the ground, and that's where his path to victory is. And I think he can manage that and use his world championship black belt in BJJ and manage to either win a decision or potentially a submission. Dare I say? I don't know, but yeah. So our like picks. Just looking through we got Kennedy and Izinchuku. Let's see. Let me pull up the bet online and see what odds are. Izinchuku is a minus 143, so he might be a play. Antonina Shevchenko, she is minus 163, might be a play. Ricky Tercios, pretty Ricky, minus 190, under 200. I like that, and I like him against Ayman Zahabi a lot. I'm pretty confident with that pick. Cynthia Calvillo is minus 145. Split on that. Vandera minus 205. See what I mean? A little bit chalky, but that's such a confident pick. Saeed is minus 355. No value there, so we can't play that. Kyle Bohalo. I can't even say his name right. I'm not confident enough to put him in, and we're split on the main event. So our choices are Kennedy and Izinchuku, Antonina Shevchenko, Ricky Tercios, Cynthia Calvillo, and Jared Vandera. Which three of those five would you like to pick?
I like Jared Vandera.
Me too. So he's one. He's one of our plays. Confident 3-leg parlay. We got to pick two more.
I like Ricky.
How about Pretty
Tercios.
Ricky Tercios. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Ricky Tercios, and one more. You want one of the girls, or do you want Kennedy? How about Kennedy? But you said you flipped your pick. You were first on Carl Roberson, right?
I was, but did you see someone in the chat said that Carl Roberson's retiring after this fight?
Is he?
someone said that in the chat.
That
might be legit. It's true or not.
That might be legit.
I mean, if that has any truth behind it, I'm all over Kennedy.
Oh, right here, NJ81. I heard Roberson's retiring.
Yeah, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know if it's legit or not, but he says, "Am I lying?" or something. Yeah.
Roberson on his way out. Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that. What's his record, Carl Roberson? He is 9-5. What? And how old is the dude? 31 as a light heavyweight. He's still got time, but I don't know. Coming off 3 losses in a row, his back's against the wall.
His contract might be up. That's what they might mean.
Yeah, for real, his contract probably is going to be up, and then he's going to push right back down to like LFA or something. So you want to I don't trust the girls. Let's do that. Let's go with Kennedy. You wanna?
Yeah, leave the girls alone. They've been burning everybody recently.
Yeah, we're gonna stay right. Like somebody else said in the chat, since that Jasmine Jazadovicius is just embarrassing to pick girls.
Dude, she was minus 225. I remember it. That was like
I remember even the face-offs. I was like talking trash about. I'm like, look at the other girls shook. She's shook because Jasmine was in there like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up, like all this shit. Like, and look what happened. No cardio in round 2. Come on, Jazz.
Jeez, come on, Jazzy.
Okay, so let me put that into Bet Online, see what the plus numbers that spits out for that.
Plus money.
It's funny that Vandera is our chalkiest pick to minus 205. That's kind of embarrassing right there.
I mean, but
but I'm confident he's going to beat Chase Sherman. I think Chase Sherman's just going to all 4 fights of his contract are going to be losses.
I mean, he's
maybe
gonna
rematch against Ike Villanueva.
He's gonna get.
Or maybe
cut.
he should.
like he's gonna get cut again this year, or his contract will expire again this year, and then the dude will literally have the category of being like the only guy maybe ever who's been cut 3 times by the UFC, and then he would have been cut now twice in the same year. Like, damn, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna end up going. He does like bare knuckle too, right? Like that's
Yeah,
where he was
BK.
gonna go until he
That's what
got
he's
that contract.
that's what he's like suited for anyway, because he doesn't really do good longer in the fight. He's not good on the ground. Just land a few big punches, woohoo, whatever. Because mixed martial artists, I wouldn't really categorize him as a mixed martial artist, you know. And he's a former football guy. We talked about football guys; they're not very good.
Yeah, right. So a 3-fight parlay, I'm gonna post it. It's plus 285 on Bet Online for our 3 fights. But it's I feel pretty confident with all 3 of those picks. So I'm gonna now post this up there onto the chat. What's your most confident? What's your lock of this card? Do you think your lock?
My lock on this card, the one spot I like the most. Oh gosh, oh man, oh you put me in a spot. I'm gonna say Jamie Malarkey.
Wow.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
going
think Michael.
I'm taking Michael
Johnson. and here's my thinking.
I'm telling you,
I feel like
resurgence. He's found
Michael Johnson is gonna take those gloves off, dude. After the match, take the gloves off, dude, and hang him up right there. Michael Johnson, R.I.P.
No way. He might. If he loses, he might. But I don't think he's gonna lose. I think he's making his last stand. I saw the whole promotional.
You were all into that.
I saw
video,
the promotional
dude.
video for that.
No, I like Jamie Malarkey
Les Brown, the motivational speaker Les Brown, talking in the beginning of it.
He's gonna need it, dude, because Malarkey's he's a tough dude, man. He fights a very grinding. I mean, look, 14-5 record. He's very
you don't
good.
even know when Malarkey's shocked because you can't see his eyebrows. You can't. You get nothing.
You don't know. Oh my god. You don't even know when he's surprised.
him and RDA share the same eyebrows.
Oh my god.
3-leg parlay.
Malarkey the racist.
What?
Oh wow. Are you serious? Is somebody really like is this information here credible about our boy Roberson? If it is, I appreciate it. It's just a lot of stuff. Now we're talking about a promotion, but like a promotion, I don't know if that's credible.
Let me see. I'm going to catch up with the
three-legger.
Where
the three-legger. I like it.
Okay. Saeed, Vandera, Kennedy. That's a good play. Saeed's just way chalky. We try to get some value here. Tertios, Vandera, Saeed. Yeah. Saeed. Everybody's all over Saeed, but I think he's like, minus 355.
I mean,
that's a little no-brainer card. This is a very difficult card, Dev. Come on. The Norse eyebrows must be talking about Fiziev, Ice Viking, coincidentally. You're biased.
I think Dev might. I think Dev might mean there's a few spots that are no-brainers, but otherwise it's like no-brainers. Stay away from some stuff too.
Oh, Roberson got promoted to manager at his local Subway.
Wait, this might be a joke though. This might be a joke though. This might be a joke though.
Of course, it's a joke. Come on. Carl Roberson's not gonna be working at Subway.
Who's your insider?
Roberson is on his way out from inside source, but every time I hear inside info, it's usually bullshit.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That
means
he can't reveal his source on here. That's fine. Malarkey, the racist for the win. He does look like a racist, doesn't he? But I don't know if he is. He's just Australian.
he just looks like a racist.
They would just the white supremacists would just take him for his eyebrows. You could join us. Just keep those eyebrows, buddy. I'm on Kennedy via TKO. That's a good pick.
I don't know what that pays, but yeah, Carl Roberson. Oh, man, yeah. If he does retire, I'm remembering this entire thing we did tonight because it came out here. Hang it up.
Yeah.
Maybe your source is right.
Jamie almost 502.
Jamie. Like a
Oh, look,
reporter.
he's not racist. Just funny. UFC only offers him black guys.
Oh my
The
god, that's
black
so
guys
funny.
and Brad Rydell.
Yeah, Brad right now. Come on.
All right, guys. Oh yeah, Ice Viking, Pearl of Wisdom. Where's your tennis tips? I like Kai Gross too. Well, I like that Nori. He's a big underdog to win the Wimbledon. Forgot his first name, but his last name's Nori. Largest play, Saeed Kakhramonov.
Gaki. Hey,
Okay.
listen, I told you guys earlier. I heard a lot of great things about him in camp. I am playing him straight up, and
I
there's a
think I might
sharp.
flip my switch. Actually, I'm scared. I'm scared of that fight.
There's a
Ronnie
guy that
Lawrence is a good wrestler, though. He's a good chain wrestler.
now here's just one
You
more
know what I
little
mean?
reason why to maybe consider it. There's a one of these cappers out there. I forgot his name offhand. I'd give him a shout if I could remember, but I just kind of trail him and trail his bets and stuff. And he's pretty good at mixed martial arts. Tends to be on the winning side. Most weekends. And he also has a heavy play behind Said Kakhramonov, just on his own, based upon whatever his knowledge he has. So I like the kid. The line opened up like plus 140, plus 150 for Kakhramonov. Now it's even money basically. So I think he's a good play.
I have to revisit that fight. I'm not sure. I might switch my pick. Originally I was on Ronnie Lawrence, but I think everybody's talking me into going with the cock.
There's Dev. See Dev. Dev's on the cock.
Yeah, always. Not always, Dev. Just kidding with you.
Oh, Cody Brundage.
Just jokes, Dev. Just jokes.
Cody Brundage there too. All right.
Yeah, all whites are racist by default. You don't even got to be racist, but just because you're white, you're racist. That's how I fly right in the middle. Yeah, you know what though? I think I heard something like weird like that too about Roberson. Like he's pretty much his you know how Cowboy when he retired, he's like, I don't love it anymore. I think Roberson might be there too. Like at that, like I'm not into it anymore. All right, MPTV. Good night, boy. Good night, buddy. Nori lost. My bad. Well, it was a long shot anyway. It was I took him like at plus 2,500 like 2 weeks ago or some shit.
Just because.
Yeah. Beck Cart. I don't even know how to say that guy's name to win the set. Okay, that's your tennis pick right there, over 21.5. Thanks for the stream.
Games.
No problem, Des. Anytime. Where we at? Remember, Alonzo said that Ukrainian McGregor is Ukrainian privilege. Oh, that guy, that he's a liar about his record. What was his name? The Ukrainian McGregor. Remember that guy? He changed his name too. He had a different name change.
Just
he was
fought
horrible.
He was terrible. He just fought like a few weeks ago. He's awful. Fraud.
Oh,
cock ramen
in my mouth. I'm gonna get canceled. YouTube police are gonna be like, your chat just got you in trouble. Talking about racism and a bunch of cocks and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I think everybody in the world's going. Oh, finally, someone's taking Ronnie value in wrestling. Okay, good. Y'all gay. Low key gay. Vandera Kennedy loses, regroup. Yeah, if Kennedy loses, yeah, that's good. That's a good play because Kennedy's the second fight on the card. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, if Kennedy loses, I mean, oh my god, this guy should never bet on Kennedy. By the way, even though he's in our parlay,
I can't even post the next thing. No, I'm sorry. Roberson wants. Never mind. I can't even post it. I'm trying. I gotta. Justin Jr. might be watching. He's still young.
Exactly.
Kyrgios. Thank you, Nick Alexander. Kyrgios. That's the tennis player that Perlo's saying take him to win a set. I think he can. I would take him plus 1.5 sets if that's playable. Go 11 page tomorrow. Perhaps we'll see where it's at. What time does it start tomorrow? 6. Can come hang tomorrow. Okay. So, all right. I like veg. Okay. So there's I'm gonna find my post of our 3-leg parlay. This is a good show right here's the 3-leg parlay for you guys to play. All 3 legs together pays out on Bet Online plus 285. So $100 bet you win $285. A $10 bet you'll win $28.50. So I don't know how big your units are, but there you go. That's the play to make. Certified from both Manny from MMA Fight Club and Ranj from Capital Comparison Picks. Guys, thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure having everybody here. All right, still talking tennis, but that's all good. All right, guys, I got to end this broadcast because I got to go. But definitely tomorrow we're both going to be on at 4:30. It's going to be Manny and I are invited to Cody MMA Bets, doppelganger for Chase Sherman. If you didn't know, Cody MMA Bets is going to have a little pre UFC capper breakdown show going on. I guess first time. I've never done this before, but tomorrow Manny and I will both be on Blood Money MMA Bets at 4:30 on his channel. Check him out. Johnny K from Johnny K Picks will also be there. It should be a good one. Blood Money MMA Bets, aka Chase Sherman Doppelganger. Be there.
If I could also
right,
tell you guys, if you haven't done so already, check out our channel, MMA Fight Club. There's some good interviews up there. We just interviewed Olena Kolesnik from the PFL, Terrence McKinney about a week and a half ago. So we got some fighter interviews up there if you want to come on by and check it out.
Yep. Very good content on MMA Fight Club. Definitely subscribe to Manny. So yeah, guys, good luck on your bets and peace out. Have a good